are Die Rolling, proudly presented by geekdads.com, and this is our very first ever episode, D&D Live, of The Star Engine.
Pink lemonade?
Mom! Hello. My name is Jack. I am your dungeon master. This evening, and hopefully a few other evenings, we broadcast once a week, every Tuesday evening, 7:30 p.m. on GMT +1, that's UK time, 2:30 p.m. EDT, that's East Coast America, and
practicing.
I haven't actually, and 11:30 a.m. PDT, which is West Coast time in the US. We are here to entertain. I am going to pass you for a quick once around the table and introduce all of our characters. So please, over to Josh. Would you mind introducing your character?
I play Claero, archetypal emo wizard, slayer of callous guards, and bringer of fire.
Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Richard, and I play Xolen, unassuming gnome that's fearful of most things.
That's fair.
There we go.
I'm Carl. I play Thoronir. He is a wood elf. He's escaped his forest, trying to find what's plaguing it. He's a little plagued himself. He's never left the forest before, so everything is a wonder to him.
Hello, I'm Ollie. I play Nollis. Nollis is a sea elf, so as well as being completely blue with massive ears, he stands out quite a lot. Again, he's from a foreign land, so everything kind of seems odd and new to him. His culture is very different, so he gets into all kinds of wacky scenarios.
I'm Stuart. I'm the token human of the group. I'm a monk who is trying his best to forget his dark past and be a good person.
Named Malken.
Oh yes, his name's Malken.
The names are below each character.
It helps.
You have some of the stat blocks on a revolver going around the screen in the bottom left. Our party are level 3.
For now.
For now, yes. And we are going to introduce just a little bit of backstory over to my left. Please.
So this section was once a collaboration, but now is truly sacred, such that only I talk in it. So give me your best monk sounds. Sacred summary. In our previous session, the group initially split up, going two ways. Xolen, Thoronir, and Nollis headed out of Broger and onto the road. They spoke to a beggar who gave them little to no information other than proof that local bandits do in fact exist, and they are located at 2 trees on the western road. Claero and Malken were hungover and rested their heads for 1 hour. The group reassembled, traded information, threw together a breakfast of bread and gamble eggs.
Gamble eggs.
Gamble eggs. It was agreed that they should leave town as soon as possible. A kerfuffle was going on at the town hall, and it appeared that the delegation from Callus, a local town, had arrived. They failed to break up this trade delegation, which was their objective, also trade delegation, episode 1. Using deception, and tripped up some stealth checks in confusion, and a battle ensued. They slaughtered the current government and the trade delegation. The town hall was left in ruin. Success. We now join our party as they drag the only alive guard over to Gallic's house to talk politics, objectives, and generally dodge the authorities. They've done either one of two things. They have given a small rural town a fresh start, away from the corruption and the rule of the Elven Empire, or they've ruined the lives of small town innocents, crippled an economy, and bought great-looking trousers.
Galoshes.
That one's for sure.
Overall, it's all about perspective.
Definitely.
The sacred summary.
Marvellous.
Thank you very much.
That was good.
Bloody good! Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
Much more
Very.
streamlined as well, that was. Shh. Sorry. Oh, God. John
Having recently exploded the town hall, running quite hastily from the area, you decide to detour to the green, wooden, stilted building in the deep-set mud, Gallic's Galoshes. You enter the door. Inside, you see Gallic as he turns to you with his slick-back black hair, his large, almost handlebar moustache, well-groomed around his well-dressed galosh shop. He turns to you. That was quite a mark you left on the government.
They won't be controlling the town anymore, Gallic. It's done. It's done.
You wanted them out of the way? Well, they are most definitely out of the way.
I'm indebted to you.
Also all over the walls. You
Well,
will certainly have some redecoration to do. There is chairs and people, and it's not good.
Not all of the walls were still standing, so I mean, it's, yeah.
I believe Gallic sells shovels, so he'll be fine. And the mud here is pretty soft.
It's good to work. Yeah.
You have done this town a great favour, all of you.
Oh, that's a relief.
I told you it was going to be all right.
Now listen. Payment. He takes something out of a coin purse he has on the side of his wonky desk, which is still wonky as he puts his hand on it. Just,
I've been meaning to ask him about that. What is with the desk, Gallic? Why don't you do something about that?
maybe now I will. And he takes out this coin purse and he reaches in and grabs a large silver appearing piece. He passes it to you. You look down on it and you see it's not a silver piece. It's decorated as a platinum piece. He passes one round to yourself and to yourself and to yourself.
We
and
don't
to
need
yourself.
currency, Gallo. We did this for the people.
I'll look after his. It's okay.
And he passes it to you. Please take what you want. And he points up at some of the kits that he had hanging on the hook.
I'm trading the
of his
galoshes
shop.
in then for a spanking new pair.
Please.
What are the kits he's got? His adventure kits and...
He has.
I've stumped him already.
That's alright. Yeah. He,
I would like an itemized
has-
list
yeah.
of all the kits that he has. That's all right.
hang above this wonky desk there. On these nice wrought iron hooks are hanging explorers packs, healers kits, and climbers kits.
Yeah.
And if you remember, on each one was a 50% off label.
Is that offer still on?
Take them, whatever you want
50% off
now,
free.
Oh,
but be quick.
I will take a healers kit and a... Was it adventurers kit?
They've got explorers kits,
Explorers
healers kits, and climbers kits.
Climbers, please.
Yeah.
I think I'm going climbers as well. We have a lot of trouble descending
I've
and
already got
climbing.
an explorer's pack and a healer's kit, so I will
got a
take
healer's kit, yeah.
climber's kit as well.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, climbers kit instead of explorers kit.
He willingly lets you take.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
No,
I take two then.
no, I will chase you out of town.
Nice.
Gallic, we have this guard with us. We've been dragging a callous guard. We believe we might be able to get information out of him. Is he any use to you?
I didn't notice him.
He's covered in mud.
He is very small.
Is he dead?
He's still alive.
He's
Yes,
He's
quite
breathing.
surprisingly, for our standards, he is actually still
He
alive.
should be pretty beat up.
Do you want him alive,
No.
Claero?
No, Well, in the heat of battle, perhaps, but not now.
Nollis, you're not afraid.
He's a surrendered
I
man.
can do it.
We'll take him with us.
Take him
What?
with. What do we? You can't keep him
The last time we tried to get into Callus, we almost all died. A guard could be useful.
on a leash. This man, we just killed all of his friends. You want to take? You're gonna take it for walks? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I've got to go with him on this one. This is no.
We'll take him up. We'll take him up top. We'll tie him to a tree. We'll leave him there. It'll be fine.
Then we'll do that. We'll take him with us, Galak.
Do what you want.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'm not carrying him. Put it in that.
Leave him tied to a tree. If somebody comes along, they'll free him.
You'll have the decency of starving to death.
We better get him some galoshes though. We don't want him slowing us down.
We don't
He's
do
knocked
carrying.
out. Like, I'm not taking his trousers off.
I will instate a more forceful governance here, thanks to your assistance, and I'll ensure Callus does not overtake our town.
Not too forceful though, Galak. We have a very forceful government in Callus.
We have a saying on my
Yeah.
island, and we say that that ship has sailed.
When the elves come to take this town, we'll be ready.
Okay.
Now, I need to be seen to be removing you from this town.
Just one more thing. This the mine. Which direction do we need to go?
The mine.
The mine.
The sweet mine.
Sweet mine.
You're going to
No.
the sweet mine.
Yes.
In 20 days.
How do you know of the sweet mine?
Tessa.
Nollis is gonna check to see whether his reaction is positive or negative.
Okay,
Whether we think he's got
Yeah,
some
mate.
kind of connection with us.
make an insight roll.
I will do that.
Actually, D&D.
He knows how to
right?
play.
First roll.
How is it?
First roll was a one. First ever roll was a 1.
As a sign of things to come.
Yeah.
Setting the standard.
Nice. That puts me on 5.
Yes. You can't tell.
Cool.
You're entirely unsure. It's not like sea elf facial expression. It's different.
No
Moustache
gills.
is in the way. Yeah. Well, if you could do what you did here in the mine,
That is our plan. Ish.
We're gonna murder people in the mine?
We're going to free the slaves.
Only the people who need murdering.
wow. Thank you.
Where to go, Galak? Where's the mine?
Which way?
The mine is a long way from here.
Yes. West, east, north, south?
It's
The other
It's in
one.
the Elven Kingdom.
in the Elven Kingdom,
Ah, west.
towards Equa.
Yeah.
You seem very confused that we would want to go there. Is there a reason why we shouldn't?
I am confused as to why you'd want to go there.
We're on a mission to help people. And we're given to understand that there are people there who need help.
Ooh.
Thank you for following.
Thank you, Lord Kurgan, for following us. We appreciate that very much. I hope
Thank
you
you.
enjoy the Star Engine.
Yes, we are mission to help people. People there that need help. It's kind of what we do.
Our mission is also partially religious. Have you ever heard of a being called Void?
Void.
I'm going to pull out a rubbing as well. I took a rubbing of that demon. I'm also going to pull that out of my bag and just show this to
And I'm
Gareth
going to
as
ask him
well.
about porridge. And really just like blow his mind.
Just ask him as many
I've
questions
got
as we can.
that demon where the swords were from.
Void. You start to hear just a little bit of commotion outside. There's some background noise. Void is the god of the mind.
This guy?
I don't know.
In which case, we should probably get on with it.
I think we should leave.
And porridge.
You ever met Porridge? Last of the
Porridge.
Gloam?
He's a very special creature.
Portrait of him.
That
somewhere.
does not mean anything to me, I'm afraid.
Oh well.
Just spread
You'll
the
know him
word.
if you see him.
I feel like we were on the same song sheet and then we've gone off again.
That's very normal.
Us? Go off at a
You see
tangent?
him, something's drawn his attention from outside.
So you were supposed to kick us out, is that right?
I would get going if I was you.
Okay,
We should go. He's given us these things. He's given us the money.
Yeah,
let's just get out of here.
let's go.
Don't leave me behind if the pace quickens.
We will carry.
Need
We
be.
are taking this uncountry guy. Will slow us down.
Oh yeah.
I think we should give him a fair chance. He's just doing his job.
Didn't give his
Feed him to the mob.
I'd get going if I was you. You can now see.
We will leave this man as a free gift. Do with him as you will.
Fine.
Let's run.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
What's the best way out?
We're going.
We'll go up the steps.
Yeah.
Nollis is out. He's left.
Okay, so you've left the door. You can see some people, children, and a few men and women near some of the buildings, looking very cautiously with trepidation.
Torches and pitchforks.
Looking around. No one seems to be holding anything. And
That's
one
a
of them
good
spots
start.
you straight away. There! And they duck back down behind this stilted building. They appear fearful.
Okay, they're scared of us.
They don't know we're the heroes.
Okay, so
Our
you're
legend will grow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
and you're all leaving
Yeah,
the
running
town,
towards the steps.
all wearing your galoshes.
Yeah.
And carrying a number of kits, so you're all quite loaded up now because these are reasonable sized packs that you're carrying now, and trying to dart through the mud. And where are you heading? Are you heading to the left or to the slope?
The terraformed
So it
slope.
was terraformed by Thoronir in badger form.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're heading towards this terraformed slope, and these people are looking at you. There's a few people now. You can see lots of children gathered around, looking at you. You don't look over your shoulder, but you sense there's some people towards the inn as well, and you head out of this area, running.
Can I
Sprinting.
look back
Yeah.
with a keen eye and just see if Scragger John is in the crowd?
You can make a perception roll.
What a bro.
It
that's
is
not our quest.
16.
16. From roundabout where Thoronir once scragged with him,
Yeah.
a form of neck wrestling.
Yeah.
You can make out Scragger John
Yeah.
stood there by his lonesome,
Yeah.
just stood in the centre, legs together, just looking in your direction.
So as Claero is running, turns to Thoronir and goes, "John's okay."
Yes.
Keep running on.
And you head out of this muddy, craterous town and ascend this bank as fast as you're able. There doesn't seem to be anyone in immediate pursuit with you. Whether anyone's following you, you're not sure. But there's nobody hot on your heels. Other than Foad Galak, who now runs out of the shop. Get out of here! Get out of here! It's time for a revolution! He turns back and you start to hear him shouting to the people, talking about the need for a new rule, the removal of the elves, the removal of the old government, these intruders and bandits from other towns, and the protection of Bro.
Nollis, we should put on a show. You should fire an arrow, make it look like we're trying to get rid of them.
I am nobody's monkey. That is not going to happen.
So why don't you slap him on the back?
I will not brandish the weapon of falsehood.
I feel like you've never met you. Anyway.
Not for falsehood. I'm not an actor. I'm a warrior.
Ah, okay.
Don't belittle me.
Okay, and you ascend this slope. It's very slippery. You probably stumble a few times as you're trying to get to the top of
With
it.
these galoshes, I don't.
No, yeah. But it's still a decent. It's a reasonable incline for a badger, not so much,
Yeah.
but for a group of humanoids, a little trickier. But you ascend it and reach the top of this 50-foot muddy crater, and reach the brow and view.
As we get to the top, Malcolm will turn round, look back at everybody, and go,
You can certainly make out a few figures. There's people looking around, and there's a little bit of noise and kerfuffle and some cheering. It seems like they're responding to whatever rallying cries.
If it wasn't for that pesky Galak, we shout back.
And you get to the top and you see the vista, the horizon of this deserty but very muddy environment that you are stood in.
sudden realisation that we never did find out which direction the mine was in.
We never did find Jingo.
Oh.
A halfling we were tasked to find.
We weren't tasked to find
No,
it.
you just
We just
kept
decided
wanting
to
to
find
find
them.
it.
You were just obsessed with
This
this
became
halfling.
your mission,
And I failed it.
Yep, that is true.
but you succeeded in so many other ways.
And now we do not know where you're going. Apparently the mine is a very long way.
Yeah.
And will probably bring us closer to danger. Do we have anything we can do right now?
What
Burn
about
down Calloused?
peeping Leicester Bell in the woods? That beggar we come across on the road last night.
2 trees.
The 2 trees, yeah. Is it worth investigating that in case they have some connections to the previous government? Potentially, it might.
Also, he might know where the mine is.
Might also.
This is worth doing. It's
Is
on the
that-
way.
Is it on the way?
Well, it's kind of skirting around a bit, but
Yeah.
that takes us back to the road, which is where we want to be. So
They will definitely be waiting for us. It seems like we're laying in a
the
trap,
trap,
perhaps.
You very recently just told me you were a warrior, so I'm sure that'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it will be. But I think if we're heading into a trap, I should at least communicate that, no? I wouldn't be like, yes, let's go there. It will be great fun. Everyone will lay out a spread and we will eat cheese. It will probably be...
What are we waiting for? Sounds great.
What is cheese?
It is. It doesn't matter. I will show you.
it's like milk, but not as runny. Mostly not as
Yeah.
runny.
2 trees then?
Yeah.
Is this, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
We're doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Let's do this.
So you venture.
That's
It's
it.
the
Skirting round the top of the crater towards 2 trees.
Sure. So it's still early morning. So the track where you followed previously, where you met the beggar of sorts, was due west, where you've arisen from this ramp, and that's the way you arrived at this town. Also, skirting around the crater was a different place that you were.
Ah, right.
That the beggar told you there was a farmstead there of some nature where a large creature, the red ronk swampy, had fallen down. So either our options.
We've got 20 days till we need to be at the mine.
We've
And
got
how long is it-
potentially a long way to go. though.
If it's close to Equa, you guys are from Equa, right?
Kind
Or
of.
have been there. Is it going to be 20 days to get to Equa? How far is Equa? Do we have a map? Do we...
I did my journey in a haze, but can I discern how long it might be?
Yeah. Certainly Malken would have a
Okay.
good idea. You would estimate that it would be in the region of 5, 6, 7 days to travel.
Okay.
To travel there.
Okay. So we've got plenty of time. Yes, communicating that to the group. We've got plenty of time. Equa, at the most, is a week.
And do we want to step into the lion's den?
No, we don't want to go that far. But if we're going to head in that direction,
Well, let us go and kill some bandits. At least I will feel better.
fair enough. Well, let's make you feel better.
Okay.
Lovely.
Agree.
Okay, so heading that direction. So you're heading along the track to the
Mhm.
west. The
Toward-
track's easier.
Towards where we're expecting to find the El Banditos.
No problem.
You might meet some trees, Thoronir.
Looking forward to it.
So you remember previously, the last time you were walking along this track, you could already see a figure further down on the horizon, which was this, you learnt to be this beggar type character. You can't make that character out this time. They don't seem to be in the same spot. You can already see that. But you can head in that direction, and you're just looking out for these trees. So and you just at a normal pace now, you're not running anymore.
No reason to.
Okay.
If we're not in pursuit, yeah, no.
It's still very early morning. It's not a warm day yet. It's quite fresh in the air. Everything smells quite earthy and muddy.
What's
Especially
our
us.
terrain like now?
You've still got this very muddy underfoot, but it's not knee height like the town was. It's just very very boggy and a bit extremely muddy. You've got this earthy smell around you. There are these whitish grey grasses that plume up occasionally around you. There's a few mossy, almost algae-like growth within the mud as well. Aside from that, it's very, very barren where we are here still.
So these 2 trees should be visible from some distance should we have a good look around us.
So if you make a perception roll,
That's 10.
10. There are some what could be trees in the distance on the north side of the track.
I will point in that general I will point in that general direction and say, anybody here with better eyesight than me want to have a look at that away?
It looks like it might be a tree.
Excellent, that's what I thought.
Fine.
Do you think it might be 2 trees?
Perhaps.
So you're walking in that direction. At normal pace, you can make good time, and you're able to walk down this track.
I want to warn you that when we were on the road before, there was definitely manure from those creatures in that direction. The ones we met on the plain before, so it may be dangerous on the way to the trees.
These like lizard herd beasts.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for small creatures that attack us at random as well.
Yeah.
You head to the west, carrying along this track. After 10-15 minutes, you get a clearer view of some of these trees, looking intently in that direction as you are, because you're all looking out for this. There does appear to be a single tree that splits into 2 trunks, which is what you were anticipating. It seems to be within reach of your location. You're welcome to continue just heading directly towards it.
How far off is it?
Well, you've got really good vision here. Just to be clear, on a clear day, you can see up to 2 miles. This thing is less than a quarter of a mile probably from you, where you can start to make out it really clearly. Yeah.
But aware of the possibility of, although it's been quite some time since they would have set anything up, aware of the possibility of ambush and attack.
Sure.
So keeping very aware.
Yep, so if you want to give me your perception roll just for your general awareness.
That's 10 again.
Okay.
If we want to be really safe, we could use Thoronir's black mist to hide us.
I don't think we can unless I rest a while. I'm a little tired.
Feeling tired?
Feeling a bit tired.
Okay, I understand. As a fellow magic user. Then we'll just have to be as quiet as possible.
Talisman Island.
Thank you very much, Talisman Island, for the follow. We appreciate that very much. Thank you.
That was not being meta that got that follow.
That was, yeah. That's good. Well avoided.
We've connected.
It
For
was,
now
it's
and
all going on
forever.
it was me. It was me.
Around the road.
You in your pocket, darling.
So hang on, you're following yourself. Is that
Why aren't you subscribing?
difficult?
It's an endless loop.
So, we continue along the trail. You reach this point where you would logically leave the track, so you head slightly towards this tree, because it's slightly off the path. It seems to be maybe 100 feet off of the path, on the north side of the path.
Malken pulls his staff out of his backpack and he's just readying it.
There are a couple of other trees around here, so there are the scattered trees. They're infrequent, they're not covered in vegetation or verdant. Most of these seem to be pretty dead and withered and in the warmth in the desert here, but there are a few leaves here and there on particularly this tree, this 2-trunk tree.
No sign of life? No sign of anybody?
At the moment, no. There's nothing that you can make out at present, so you're heading towards this tree.
There's no bushes or anything that people can hide in?
There are some very small shrubs. It's less muddy now. The mud has started to ease off. There's still residual mud around, but it's interspersing with a slightly more dusty track now, and the thick mud and moisture is dissipating quite rapidly.
Nollis is going to be using a lot of his kind of guttural elvish speech with intermittent bubbly sounds. He's going to cast guidance.
Okay.
To give himself a bonus on his skill roll, and he's going to be looking, particularly with kind of like while praying, kind of thinking about it, looking for tracks and anything that might have been associated with building some kind of ambush. I guess.
So you make a survival roll.
I will.
Nollis, what do your elven eyes see? Always wanted to say that.
18.
18. So you're having a look around roughly where this tree is. You don't see anything that looks like it's a trap or anything that looks ambush based, but you certainly see tracks on the floor. You can, very obvious, they're not well hidden.
Yeah.
Intersection, almost junction, where the more well trodden track from running east to west turns to this makeshift track that runs to the north. It's really obvious in this. In that it's the only other
Do any of these,
feature in the immediate
Are they
area.
like human size?
any of them look
horse
like
size?
dragon footprints?
I mean, you can make an investigation roll. In terms of how you see them.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nat 20. So between you, as you're looking at these tracks, they seem to be like humanoid footprints. Pretty standard.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Pretty standard, yeah. But because you rolled so well, there's at least one or two. There's more than one size of footprint, or at least shoe type or boot type. So there's certainly.
All adult?
You can't see any children's footprints. They look like human-sized footprints,
Right.
and made by more than one person.
They're not trying to hide the fact they are here, at least.
Where are they?
However, actually, in saying that, there is a footprint type which doesn't seem to be human, which is a little smaller, but slightly fatter and wider. Still humanoid, and but smaller than a humanoid. Smaller than a human, sorry.
Jingo.
But it doesn't look like a child.
Halfling? Is it a booted foot or is it a barefoot?
It is a booted foot, but it looks
Not a halfling.
It looks like, but it's wider, and yes, it's not human.
Goblin, perhaps?
Don't know.
He wants to go up front.
I can take point.
Look at me.
Or maybe I should hide a little bit, I don't know.
I'll come up with you. I'll stay at the front with
Come
you.
out side by side.
Where are these guys?
Oh,
Were we meeting at the two trunk tree, or was this the landmark to their hiding
This is all we are
place?
told. We will
Was
find
Was
out.
it just past the two trunk tree?
Yeah.
A man who looked homeless offered us information after he saw our bag of gold and asked us to meet in a strange location. Probably going to be fine.
Well, I still have the gold.
A small child, Danny, also said there would be people at the two-trunk tree.
True, yes.
And there are some children perhaps up here as well
Really?
that work for Leicester.
Lester Bell, yeah. Peeper.
We'll find out if any of these stories are true.
Okay, what are you doing?
These
Nollis
guys
is
go
gonna.
up first.
He's gonna knock an arrow.
Okay,
You're gonna keep walking up.
Yeah,
sure.
carefully.
There's nowhere to hide, right? So it's
Yeah, it's very, very open. There are some trees, but they're spaced a reasonable amount apart. They're probably
Advancing-
30, 40 feet between each tree.
Advancing with caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Claero's going to look to the east,
Mhm.
like as we head north towards the thing. So maybe watch our sides, check for an ambush.
I'm going to get close to your legs. I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a little close.
It's long
My-
white
my-
beard tickling
yeah.
your legs.
My shoulder's probably rubbing your hip or something like that. I'm a little bit too close for comfort.
Hey, pat your head.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so you continue up to the tree. You reach the tree, all ready for something. The path seems, or the makeshift track seems to continue slightly to the north.
Nothing happens. Are we going to wait or are we going to carry on?
Keep following him.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to have a close look at the tree and the surroundings, see if there's anything that might indicate a message or something like a dead drop, something like that.
Okay, just make an investigation roll.
Couldn't get much more Somerset, could you, Ethan?
Anti-freeze.
That's 19.
19. So as you look around this tree, there's nothing that super stands out. However, you do notice it etched to the north side of this tree, so the side away from the track, you can see somebody has maybe taken a blade or a knife of some kind and etched a dagger in the tree. It's of low quality. It's a low quality etching.
Some sort of. Anybody know thieves' cant?
Where?
What?
Thieves what?
Cant.
Thieves can't.
You see
Mind
symbols.
your language.
You see symbols all the time in Equa, messages from thief to thief. It's not a language I know.
Why would you do that to a tree?
To convey a message.
Why must the tree suffer for
Perhaps
human
the-
messages?
Perhaps the message is I don't like trees.
No, I want to meet these people.
Yeah, I'm going to get you nice and riled up. So nothing else. Just this little mark
It's the only thing that
scratched
stands
into
out.
this tree. Okay.
Their runes suck.
Mm.
Our runes are much better. I can show you, but I'd have to carve them into the tree.
I wouldn't recommend it. Might make Thoronir very angry.
Is this the way you? Is this language?
It's obviously
You carry a bag full of funny symbols. Is this not one of those?
No.
No.
It's obviously it's to market for something, but I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing of
Which we
consequence
can-
to us, I don't think.
We
This
must
is
leave
where
it.
to dagger the elves, gnomes,
Yeah.
and half elf.
It could mean anything without any sort of context to work with it.
Nollis is going to prod it as if it's a button.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything.
So the lift goes down.
And the aliens come out of the tree.
Disappear into the ground. Where'd he go? He was here a minute ago.
This tree is non-functional. I
Jack's
suggest.
furiously rewriting in his head.
He's found the engine.
I guess we continue on.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, carry on following the path, I suppose.
So you continue along the track,
Nothing here.
still cautiously, still keeping your wits about you. There's nothing. You don't see an animal. Remember, it's very quiet around here. There's no birds. There's no.
There's no real
Song.
cover for anything, is there? For,
Really
as far
fair.
as the eye can see. I'm imagining it's pretty. Bleak. Yeah, pretty bleak. We're on our own here, aren't we?
Mm.
Tumbleweeds, maybe?
You know that to your west is the blue forest from whence you came.
Can we see it?
You can't. You're not sure if you can make out or not. It's a very long way in the distance. You think it's roughly where you should be able to see it, but maybe it's just out of your vision, just so you know where your bearings are roughly.
Cool.
You continue a little bit further forward. The trees change slightly. There's a few thinner trees now, very thin, bendy trunks that seem to bend even in the very light breeze that's here at the moment. They've got incredibly long, wispy leaves that almost hang right the way down to the ground. They are it's just a different type of tree that seems to be popping up in this desert sporadically. The leaves are long and blow down. It looks like a scythe, kind of. That's how these trees look. And the scythe is this long, wispy greenery. And as you continue down that track, for the first time you can make out a dense cluster of these types of trees. And certainly there seem to be a few structures within it that very much stand out amongst a sea of nothingness in this
Tree
landscape.
houses.
So they're low structures underneath these tall, wispy trees.
Shall we investigate?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, why not?
Let's quickly scout the perimeter.
Go ahead.
Just a
Perception
quick,
roll.
just a
Yeah.
quick little look. Boink. That is, I believe, 17.
17.
Yeah.
So looking all around you, there's a few of these trees. They look like they could provide good cover, but none of them are close enough to you that you'd get advantage on anyone if they were to jump at you. You can't see anybody within any of these. There are this camp as such, though. You think you can see some movement from within it.
Pull out my little hammer just in case.
Perhaps we should go slowly.
Advance with caution.
Wise words.
Nollis is going to be approaching, but trying hard not to make a great deal of noise.
You're in being stealthy.
Covering his own footfall, I guess. That's a 18. Sorry, that's wrong. That's a 17.
If we sort of, are we going to go straight in, or are we going to go around and have an explore of the perimeter first?
I want to go in.
Okay.
I'm going in. I want to talk to them.
Right.
It looks like a reasonably small construction. It looks, as you get a little closer to it, within a quarter of a mile or so, you can see that there's a number of these tall trees, maybe 6, 7 of them, with these long, wispy, green.
Are we looking at permanent
leaves.
structures here? Structures, or are they sort of? Is it a camp?
There seems to be a camp. There seems to be some makeshift structures. There seems to be a sort of fence around the outside. It seems that there are maybe some tents or some kind of small buildings. Not many of them. This is a small place, maybe 40, 50 feet across and deep perhaps. It's very small. There's no more than 2 or 3 small tents or buildings of sorts that are there, maybe some boxes. And for the first time you get a good view of a single person that seems to be just sat on top of a big, maybe box or something, just in the centre of this thing. He's just sat down to the side, his arm resting on his knee, kind of leaning back in the sun. Doesn't look like he's paying much attention particularly.
I will shout, hello!
Okay. They look across.
I want to hide under Claero's cape.
As soon as you shout hello, a few figures kind of pop their heads up. There's clearly a few people going to jump into action. One person sits up.
Trying to be friendly like.
We have no cover, Malken.
It's alright.
I do your leg.
You're
Trying to be friendly like.
You're a few hundred feet away, so you don't hear a response, but you can see that very much there's eyes on you. You've seen maybe 3 people.
From this distance, we'll be able to tell if they're drawing weapons against us, so I figured let's just walk up and say hi.
Yeah, you're heading up in that direction?
Yeah, I'm gonna, straight
Okay.
up.
It's happening.
We do not mean your people any harm. Perhaps you should send somebody out to parley with us.
You're really having to shout that from the distance you're at, but unless you want to get much closer.
Loud voice.
Okay. So, what are you doing? Are you all walking with Malken, or are you...
Yeah, but shaking my head. This is a terrible idea. These
Try
are
it.
bandits.
Try it. No, not necessarily. Try
Everyone
this.
has told us these are bandits, and they're physically there, which, when we piece it all together, they're bandits.
But so are we, so...
Technically, but
We're
that's
murderers,
Yeah.
so...
We just blew up a town, ruined their economy and stole their gold. It's,
We freed the people.
And they
this
gave
rapier that I have that I stole off a dead man kind of proves that we are bandits.
He was a bad man.
So
I don't mind, I quite like being a bandit.
I'm like stuck to Claero's leg. Where he goes, I go.
Not wants to be approaching, but relatively cautious.
Okay.
Like a lolly that I'd accidentally leaned up against.
Thoronir, what are you doing?
I'm kind of approaching. I'm more interested in their structures, what they've done with the place, really,
Okay.
than the people. But
So the 3 of you are kind of walking up, and what are you 2 doing? Sorry, you're...
I guess maybe 10 foot behind these guys.
Okay. So you're all approaching kind of
I'm
cautiously.
I'm trying to project an air of non-threateningness.
Well, I've got an arrow
Take the
now.
first volley,
Although
and then we join in.
non-threatening, but also not idiots.
Okay. So you can see this path seems to go directly almost through a tree with this wispy, with the wispy leaves that hang over it. There's another small tree just to the right of that one, and then as you walk forward further, there's a small makeshift fence to the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and then an entrance right through the middle. There's a very low fence. We're talking 3 feet, probably. It's like half a fence. You can see you'd be able to see a whole torso over it. And then there's this big box in the centre, and then you can see a couple of tents in there as you start to get closer. And there's 3 people now looking at you. One that's jumped down off of this box now, stood at the front, and then you can see one stood to the left and one stood to the right of him, just again, half their torso kind of looking over.
We are sent here for information. Perhaps you could send a member of your group to parley with us.
You can see a couple of them talking. We're still 100 feet or so away.
Oh, come over.
Perhaps we should meet in the middle. You seem oddly threatening in that little hovel of yours.
Never insult a man's kingdom.
You here for the gold?
For the gold?
Yeah, the green one has gold, doesn't he?
Oh, the currency! This!
Yeah, you're welcome. Come on in.
He said we're welcome.
It seems that whenever you have this currency, you're welcome in places.
Do I recognise the person that we met?
So you make a quick perception
We
roll.
didn't give him all our money, did we?
We weren't there.
No.
No,
we
he
didn't
doesn't
give him
know.
very
He's
much
got his
at all.
own.
We gave him just a tidbit, really.
None of them are wearing the dark, almost the black shawl that was covering of these three people.
One.
One. Just haven't got a clue, really. All people look the same to you.
That's a good point. Are they dressed any particular way?
It looks so. From now, you're getting closer to them. You can see that the one that was on the box that's now jumped down was wearing a bandana of sorts, kind of like a white or cream bandana. They've all got. He's got loose-fitting white clothes, kind of a brown belt, and then these dark trousers and some kind of boots. You can only see the top half of the other two. They're not wearing a uniform, if that's what you're looking for. They're
Wearing a bandana. He looks like a generic bandit.
But it's white. That means he's a good guy.
These guys could be actors.
Then you've got the guy on the left who's totally bald.
Wearing a tricorn and has a hook.
And a parrot. Totally bald. And he's just shirtless, not wearing anything.
Okay.
And the guy on the...
Well, we can only see him from the waist up, so for all we know,
It could be naked.
he's just naked.
And the guy on the
He's
right-hand
the
side...
muscle of the group.
The guy on the right-hand side seems to be wearing kind of looks like a very heavy jacket, because it's quite hot, quite warm now. The sun's continuing. A heavy kind of dark jacket. And he's got some kind of short dark hair.
Eye patch, right?
From where you are. Yeah.
I'd specifically be looking for
That's got the
Armour.
forms.
anything that might be armoured.
For armour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're
Doesn't
wearing
look like it.
armour from where you can see. They're not carrying weapons that you can see.
Okay. I'm surprised these men are not more heavily armed. Or at least armoured. Perhaps it is beneath the shawl, but the half-naked man is not wearing anything at least. Let's get he's gonna Nollis is gonna be walking a little bit closer, but keeping cautious. He's still got an arrow out, so they can see that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anything less than 120 feet and we've got you covered. No worries.
Malken's I've still got his staff out, but he's nonchalantly using it as a walking staff.
Okay.
Put the bow down. We don't mean you any harm.
I did not mean you harm, but you're making me a little bit frightened by making me walk into your camp like this.
We'll
Where
stop,
we live.
We'll stop at the perimeter fence. I think we'll won't go any further just yet. I was just about to say we're looking for information, but honestly, I can't remember what it is that we're actually here for.
So how far away are they from us now that we're at the perimeter?
I was hoping to kill some bandits.
So now you're at the perimeter. I mean, two of them are stood at this perimeter.
Yeah.
One of them is right at the gate of it as well. So you're kind of probably 30 feet away from each other as you get to it. You now get a better view of this place. You can see the box in the centre, a couple of other smaller barrels and crates to the right hand side. Seems to be a kind of fire pit of sorts in the middle. It doesn't look lit. You make out some paraphernalia, like a couple of drums in there.
Is there a crate of gamble eggs?
Ooh.
There, if you make a perception roll.
Oh, I will, thank you.
For new viewers, 30 foot is on average one combat movement.
12.
12.
12.
There's no obvious insignia that you can see, so you're not sure.
A in a square.
You can't see an A in a square, no. And then, there's a couple of kind of makeshift tents. There's a round one, which is in like a green fabric, and then there's a longer rectangular one to the left-hand side. That was on the right, and to the left-hand side, there's this longer one, which is just in a tan, heavier fabric. And there's an opening to the front of it.
Nollis, Malken, if this goes wrong, this all looks very flammable.
Cool. Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
I like that.
So we're looking for directions.
Okay.
We're heading for the sweet mine. Do you happen to know it? By any chance?
No.
No.
But
Terrific.
we got some other information if you want to give us your gold.
What do you have information on? Can you help us?
Well, what do you want to know?
It depends what you know.
Well, you know quite a bit.
This could rapidly turn into a very bad sketch.
It could do.
Claero nudges Nollis in the ribs. Ask them why they're here.
How hard did you nudge?
Yeah,
One
gently.
damage
Very-
rifle. No, it's a light nudge.
Why do you live out here in this tent house? What do you call it in the common tongue? Tent house, nomadic living. You know what I mean. Why do you live out here in the wilderness?
Where's better to live?
Somewhere that isn't in a tent.
There's a town just over there.
Broga.
Ah, what is wrong with Broga? You do not like Broga?
Well, it's the people, innit?
Some of them are gone now.
Do you not like the people who run the place?
No.
No. That's not going to be much of a problem anymore then.
Right, what do you want to know?
We were told there were bandits in this area, and a lot of people have referenced yourselves, but
Yeah.
you do not look like bandits.
We're not bandits.
No.
Bandits.
What are you then?
Well, we're just
Just
us, aren't we? Just people.
One of you's wearing a bandana. You look just like bandits.
apart from you're not heavily armored.
It is early in the
Yeah.
morning. Perhaps I'm not dressed yet.
Why don't you just give us your gold, and we can tell you what you want.
How about you just tell us what we want?
We-
Look at each other.
We don't seem to know what we want.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Well, we know what we want.
Yeah, you want gold.
Yeah.
What, you gotta tell us something that you think is worth gold.
Well, maybe if you pass us that, it will refresh our memory.
Give us a tidbit.
A little flavour, a little morsel of what you have for us. Do you know of any banditry in the area? Would be a good start.
You want to speak with Lester?
Yes, we want to speak with Lester.
Is Lester with you? Is he a human? Is he a nondescript object?
You're not human, are you?
No, sadly not. Well, not sadly. No offense.
What are you?
I'm. I get this quite a lot. I'm a type of elf.
It's a compliment that we're not hiding that from you. We're just being very open.
An elf.
A
A
kind
blue
of-
elf.
Yes, you will not have seen an elf like me around here.
Yeah.
Come closer for a closer look, if you want.
Lester! And one of them shouts back. And after a moment or so, you enter out of the larger rectangular tent. You see a man with Siri. Oh,
Classic Siri.
shut up, Siri.
Told you can't play.
You see a man with what can be best described as almost a Mohican cut, where it's a very short, shaved side, but it's not a thin one. It's quite a thick strip of dark hair along the centre. There seems to be some type of scarring to his face generally.
Definite bandit.
But it looks not cut. It seems like some kind of maybe inflection or something on his face.
Is it similar to Tessa's injuries?
As he comes closer, you can make a perception roll if you like.
17.
17. It looks slightly different to that. She was a lot more disfigured than this man is. This seems to be a bit more peripheral.
Cool.
You're Lester, are you?
He comes closer to you as you speak with him. You see he's wearing kind of a very dark colour the whole way through. It looks very much like it's quite an unusual costume he's wearing. It's almost like an all-in-one suit made out of some kind of
ninjas.
some kind of leather-like substance. It's quite and it's like, but it's got a polo neck to it, and he's got sleeves that are cut off at the elbows, and he's barefoot as well. And he walks out, and you can see very clearly that he has got a blade in a scabbard.
He's wearing a leather pajamas.
Next to him.
How tight is this? Claero?
Not very tight.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't see nothing at all.
It doesn't squeak when he walks.
Not like Elvis is back.
And as he comes a little bit closer, you notice the other side of his face. And on the other side of the face, he does very much have a scar which seems to run between his ear and his mouth, and it looks quite relatively fresh. It doesn't. It's still. You can tell it's not an old scar. You can still see some dried blood and things like that.
Nollis seems to warm to him immediately.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
You seem to have seen combat, friend.
Who are you?
We are just wayfarers in this place. We are come to seek information before we move on.
They've got the gold. We're the anti-trade delegation.
The anti-trade delegation.
Yep.
All right. What are you doing out here?
Well, we're on our way to the sweet mine.
We are seeking glory, riches, and possibly a glorious death.
He's after the glorious death. We were told that there was bandit activity hereabouts. Would you know anything about that?
Bandits. Everyone's terrified of the raiders. I think that's us.
Yeah, I was going to say, your name has been bandited about.
I don't think they even exist.
I'm starting to think they don't exist either, but then you walked out of your tent dressed in black with scars on your face.
Well, everyone thinks it's us, don't they?
They do.
If they don't exist, then who do you think spread the story of the bandits?
Gallic.
Are we the bad guys?
Quite possibly.
Do you know Gallic?
Gallic?
The galosh man?
I'll kill the bastard.
Yeah? Why?
I didn't like it very much either, but go on.
Wonky desk, isn't he?
Yeah, never trust.
Never trust a man with a wonky desk.
Why do you
So-
want to kill Gallic?
Well, I saw some kids when I was in Broga throwing this silver all over that woman in the government, Lady
I see.
Gensis.
I see.
And I saw him and I approached him because she was screaming, and I scared him off. And Foad came and he cut me
I see.
and he threatened to kill me.
Gensis was the first of the government to be murdered.
Through poisoning by Galak.
The first.
Poisoned by child.
He said he'd kill me. I couldn't be bothered with it.
And she was replaced by the...
It was the... I don't know.
So, do you work for Peter and Scum and the current
Scum?
government?
He's
Chastity?
well, he's just a common robber in Broga.
No.
Actually, he
He's dead.
is the
Is he?
was part
Might
of
be.
the government of the town, along with a
No, it's not. He's just
Big-
a robber.
big ogre type bloke.
Umber?
Yeah,
He's an idiot.
that was our
Just
opinion
a
of him.
simpleton.
He was the mayor of the town up until
You what?
very recently.
Was
Are
he?
they friends of yours by any chance?
Well, we're just
There's people.
shitty
People
people,
you
aren't they?
know.
Like me.
People you associate with?
Do you know how they were put... Well, you don't. You've clearly
You've
not
not
been to
been here.
Broga.
Didn't know anything about them.
Look,
being-
you get me back in that town. They told fibs about me, didn't they? Told everyone I was caught, you know, being in a pin.
Yeah, but no smoke without fire.
I didn't do anything. I'm just a guy who's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I
Does very much seem that way.
don't recommend that you go back to Broga anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Not until you clear my name, anyway.
Your mission.
Why would we do this for you?
Well, you want to get out of this camp today, don't you?
I,
As you laugh, you just out of the corner of your eye, you notice the two bandit either side of the wall. You can now see you're in a position where you can see that they've got a hand on some kind of blade, so they both definitely are.
Really?
So just
shaking
to
Claero's
They're not
really
coming
read it.
towards you.
Yeah. You are going to threaten us
You really-
into going back into a town to clear your name and say you're actually a really great guy.
Yeah,
No.
there is a slight snag to that, no matter what. It's unlikely that we'd be particularly welcome in Brogan right at this precise moment, so yeah, sorry, that ain't going to happen.
I think they hate us more than they hate
Yeah,
you.
in fact, if
And
you,
we're beautiful. I mean,
if
look
you
at
were
you.
to go into town right now and say that you'd encountered us on the road and your men had finished us off, that might go some way to help clearing your name, actually.
Yeah.
For a moment there, I thought we were the bad guys, but I feel better now. You are clearly bandits. That guy's got a bandana, you've got a mohawk.
And a scar.
I've read about people like you.
Look, we don't want to hurt anyone. We just want to live.
Yes, you do. You're
You just
bandits.
threatened us.
It's part of your definition.
Yeah, but we just need to make ends meet as well. I've got nowhere to live. How else am I going to survive?
Maybe you
give us
should,
your gold and get out of here.
maybe you should seek glory in battle like us. We do quite well out of it.
Yes.
Cowardice doesn't pay, my friend.
Look, are you going to help us, or are you going to end up back there with the halfling?
Oh,
Hey.
it's Jingo.
The halfling.
They've got him.
Do you? What's the halfling's name?
I don't know.
What does he look like? Is it a he or her?
Looks tiny, like this weird old bloke, but not as old.
I'm going to push you towards him. I'm going to encourage you to step
Male?
up.
A male halfling?
Yeah, what of it?
Okay.
You want him? You want
Yes.
to pay for him? You want to buy him?
How much?
Let's have a look at him
What
first.
you got?
He might be rotten or not very good.
Off.
All right. Keep an eye on him. And
And
they shut. They
Can you
sh-
give me a lay of the land, please?
Yeah, sure. So immediately in front of you, you've still got this white bandanaed man straight in front of you with the white shirt.
Yeah.
To the right hand side, next to a fence.
In front of Nollis.
He's the one wearing the t-shirt saying not a bandit.
Yeah. On the right hand side, you've got this small fence,
Yeah.
and then you can see this bald guy who's shirtless, who's got his hand on a blade of some type. On the left hand side, you've got almost a symmetrical sight, but with the guy in the black jacket. You've got this big box in the centre. You've got this fire pit just behind it. A few boxes and kegs within the middle of this circle as this camp appears. You've got these 5 or 6 tall, bendy trees with these leaves hanging down at the back of it.
Where's
Kind of-
Lester?
Lester is right in the very centre of this whole thing,
And how far is he from
next to the box. From you, you're about 10 feet behind these guys,
Yeah.
correct? So he is round about 40 feet from your position.
Cool.
And then there's the round tent to the right-hand side, and then there's the long rectangular tent, which he appears to be shouting back to and motioning toward.
Don't set fire to anything
Lester-
just yet.
That halfling is our friend. You'll give him back to us, or you'll die.
Yeah, you will.
A couple of them chuckling. Well,
Lester,
Look.
he's our friend. You will give him back to us, or you will die.
I wouldn't laugh at this
We-
man. He is token to
You can make
making
it-
rash actions when he is made a fool of.
you can make an intimidation roll.
I went to my
very
magic
nice.
sheet, so I'll have to look back. It is 19.
19. It's worth a roll. Hey. Alright. Look. We got something you want. You got something I want. So,
I want to see
Let's
that
do
he's
a
not
deal.
there first.
He
All
could
right,
be a
yeah.
worthless halfling. Please show us and
Grady!
we can talk this.
he shouts back. And from
No
with
offense to small folk.
from within this rectangular tent, you see another face come round. You can pretty quickly realise this is the chap that you met on the road. He doesn't have the same shawl over his head, but his face is distinctive enough. Dirty, this grimy, withered, weather-beaten face. You notice straight away. Bring the halfling. And he looks back around. These are the ones. And he goes back in and returns after a moment or two. Everyone's looking intently on you. You can see the one in the white bandana's backed up a little bit now as well. He's kind of stood beside this large box. He's got his hand suspiciously around the back of it. So he looks over his shoulder a few times, make sure he's He's reaching for something very obviously.
Nollis, when the time comes, be
He
ready.
goes first. Take him out first.
Should we have a chat to Jingo before we make any decisions? Let's see if he's been mistreated. And then we'll burn it to the ground. If not...
What?
Nothing. This is all done very, very quietly.
Intimidation.
Hide straight away.
He comes out, and after a moment, you can see this halfling emerge wearing this green velvet, possibly jacket. He's got a shirt of sorts. He's got long black trousers. They seem slightly longer than his legs actually, but they're fitting well enough. He's got small brown wrapped boots, and you can see relatively wide boots. You suspect a link, and he's got this mop of scruffy brown hair to each side, kind of a big, large face with these big cheeks. But you can see he's quite deflated. You can see that he's conscious, but he's kind of looking down, shuffling.
Jingo?
He looks up as soon as you say it.
So he's got this guy standing right next to him.
Yeah, he's got this other chap who was the person that you all met on the road, who was Grady. It was the name that was shouted, and he has his hat. He kind of has him by the collar here. There he is. See, he's all right.
Have they been treating you, Jingo? You okay?
Who are you? And he slaps him around the face. Shush.
How much do you want for him?
Whoa. What are you doing with him?
He came to see us.
Is that how you treat all your guests?
Well, the ones who didn't give us anything, yeah.
Plus, we will not pay full amount for him now. He is slightly used.
All right.
He's
How
got
much, you
scuff
willing to,
marks on him.
how much you willing to pay?
Well, bring him over here. I'll have a closer look. Maybe he has broken teeth. Maybe he cannot carry heavy objects.
It's not a cattle market, Nolus.
I'm just saying. If we're going to part cash for the whole
yeah, if
thing.
we're going to buy him, we'll...
He
I'm not sure it's
he
worth it.
shouts towards him. Bring him over. And he kind of shuffles towards you. He doesn't seem to be wearing the same shawl. It seems he's now got this almost vest top on, and he just seems a lot more dressed down. He was dressed down before, but he's not got anything protecting him from the elements or whatever. And he drags this halfling over. He pulls him toward the group of you and comes to this central section. So you've now got Lester stood there in the centre next to this box. The other man who's clearly holding something behind this box, you're certain of it. And then
Trebuchet.
two men to either the two men to the either side, and then you've now got this other one with the halfling.
He's now much closer to us.
Yeah,
So
he's come up pretty much
bandits.
next to where Lester is. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Cool.
Nollis is...
We're still outside the perimeter fence, yeah?
You are.
Okay, I'm going to look knowingly towards Nollis, and I'm going to walk.
Are you going to hand solo?
I was just about to do the same thing.
And I'm
In
going
unison.
to walk through the gap in the perimeter fence, ostensibly walking towards Jingo.
Okay.
With a...
No, Nollis is going with
I'm
side by side, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do it another way.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
Have you still got your arrow knocked?
He's probably, now they're getting closer, he's probably put it back.
Yeah.
But as he's put it back, he's going to try and get it so his rapier's on quick release, basically.
So you're going to make a sleight of hand?
Yeah, so it's going to be like, it's going to be a stabbing pretty rapidly when the time comes.
Sure. I've got my...
He's singing his happy song in his head. It's all going there.
So you're not trying to ready an action, you're just trying to...
No, I'm just trying to get, so it would probably be a sleight of hand because he's obviously gearing up to
I
very
am
quickly attack.
readied an action. I have got an action ready. My staff is... I'm using it like a walking stick.
Okay.
But I can just switch my grip on it and thwack straight
When
as soon
what
as
happens?
When
I give the signal.
when he stabs somebody in the face. No, the moment I get any indication that somebody is going to pull a move on us,
Cool.
So,
How
keep
far
it-
is Leicester from Jingo and this other guy?
Leicester from Jingo.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much all stood next to each other now.
So they're all within 5 foot of each other.
Pretty much, yeah. You've got Jingo's kind of to your left,
Yeah.
and then you've got Grady in the middle, and you've got Leicester to the right hand side, just
Cool.
in front of this box. The other chap just behind them, and then these two people kind of flanking you two now.
And you two are walking in.
yeah, so
Leicester, I'll give you one more chance. Give us our friend. I'll pay the price.
You look. We don't really want to fight you, so how about 10 gold for the halfling?
by this point, I've walked pretty much. I'm standing pretty much straight in front of Jingo.
Okay. And if it looks like if you get closer than about 5 foot, they're gonna.
All right, I'll stop about.
Take issue.
I'll stop about 5 foot away from him.
Yeah.
And I'll just sort of look down to him and say, "Are you all right? Have they been treating you okay?"
He didn't say anything. Go on. I'm all right. Who are you?
That doesn't really matter at the moment, but we've been looking for you.
Where are you from?
For your sister. Sister?
Yeah, Mallory, wasn't it?
Yes,
Or-
Mallory.
Melly.
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 So, yeah.
That's the one.
She sent me here. How'd she know I was here?
She didn't. She just gave us vague directions and
We've been looking for you.
yeah,
little
we've been
one.
looking for
All
you
right,
for
that's
quite
enough.
a while.
You want your friend 10 gold?
No, Leicester, that's enough.
What do you want with currency? Where are you going to spend this? You're not welcome in towns.
There's still traders
Can't you
around.
build your own society, grow your own crops, carve your own art? Someone carved a nice little dagger back there. They've got some skills.
You don't want them laughing to the side. Look,
Gold means nothing to you now.
well, it gets you stuff, doesn't it?
Like what?
Like food.
You can grow your own food. I can teach you how to grow your own food. You've got
Nothing
plenty of
grows
land
here. Look at this. Just dust.
It is true, they live in a cesspit.
You can grow mud carrots.
I'll tell you
The
what.
tastiest of the carrots.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a couple of gold coins for your troubles, and you let us have our friend.
10 gold. That's my final offer.
Send the halfling
Look at
walking,
him.
we will pay you.
He's your friend. I should be charging you double.
Leicester, we've just come from Callus, where unfortunately my adept combatants have literally destroyed a delegation of trained guards. If you want to go down that route, it isn't going to end well. 2 gold.
We've also just
I will front 2
we
gold,
just wiped out a government
Yeah.
as well. You know.
and we're out of here. 10 gold is off the table. And
Yeah.
if it comes to blows,
Don't do it,
it's
2 gold.
it's not gonna ain't gonna go well.
2 gold.
It's
And
not
you
going
keep
well.
your teeth.
They're kind of sizing you up.
Yeah.
Who else around here will buy a halfling?
Look,
It's not even that much meat on him.
Can I ready a spell?
Yeah.
If any of them are going to draw a weapon.
sure. You can see people with their hand on.
Yeah.
He's like,
But I'm waiting for the twitch.
I wouldn't try it if I was you. Michael, free bast. And after a moment, you see 2 other people emerge from the back left tent, which is the round tent. They also seem to have scabbards on their side. They don't seem to be broad, long, broad swords, but they've got some basic blades.
I'm glad we waited. No, yeah.
Send the halfling
Yeah.
walking, we'll pay you.
My price is about to go up. 10 gold. Take it or leave it.
Well, you have to send the halfling walking, otherwise you have our 10 gold and you still have the halfling. Send him walking, we will pay you here, me and my friend here, and then we will back out after him.
We can get money from elsewhere.
I just don't see how else we can make this transaction. I'm trying to give you your money, you just have to give us this little ounce of freedom.
Can you show them a display of power? Like a little fireball into the air or something?
I'm glad you asked.
I'd say
sir.
we're not messing around, Leicester.
Claero closes his eyes. He says, "Darkness, come to me. Give me the flame." Puts his hand out. Appears an apparition, a black skeleton. Shakes his hand. This apparates, appears next to Leicester. and turns into a 5-foot fireball. Anything within 5 foot of this
Oh, you
is
can-
set on fire and
was-
takes 2d6 fire
It
damage.
was a display. No.
Where are you? So where are you putting it? Sorry, you're putting
Right next to Lester Bell. To his right,
So
so not so
intentionally trying to miss.
he is attacking Lester Bell.
Oh, you
Missed
can-
with a 5-foot fire damage.
Sure.
Yes.
That was a misinterpretation. There.
He's pretty pissed off.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
So
Can I count this as an activation for my ready to action?
no,
Take
your
your
readiness
time.
was if anyone comes
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah,
if
somebody
anyone from
ready
their
to weapon
side.
and they don't.
A green ethereal flame ball.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to hit
So
the deck.
make whatever roll you want to make.
It is just, it's right next to him, so it's 2d6 fire damage. It's a dexterity saving throw. So Lester's going to be like, what? And he needs to make a dex throw.
Okay.
Or half damage.
High initiative roll, don't fail me now.
20.
Nice, well done, Lester. You still take half damage. He's a horrible man. It's 5, so it rounds down, doesn't it? 2?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And at this point,
Here we go.
we have a
It's
music
changed.
change.
Scrag music.
Yeah.
Scragging,
Hang on.
Scragging, baby.
Still, I need to get this.
I thought it was a
To get this
jungle,
more
yeah.
seamless, I think. Get this more seamless. There we
Pretty
go.
sick of Lester
Okay.
Bell, everyone.
Turn up the rain a little bit.
Malcolm turns to Nollis and just says, next time we'll do this right from the start.
Needless to say, please, for the first time,
Oh no!
roll initiative.
Come on, high roll, don't fail me now. Oh,
Not great.
we're not allowed to swear, are we?
No. It's because you got to roll in the bowl. Roll in the bowl.
Jeepers.
Nope, it's not that great.
Jeepers.
It's better than me.
Okay, give
Give me
me
tomatoes.
your rolls, guys.
6.
Okay,
That's with a +3.
13 for Xolen.
thank you.
12 for Claero.
Yeah.
22.
Nice.
Don't like being in this position.
Pushing
No,
me
let's-
further down the order.
17.
Oh, I'm last.
17. And
Excellent.
you hit Lester for 2.
Why would you
Excellent.
Two
The one
damage.
time I
Yeah.
needed to be right at the front. And I'm last.
Come, Tay,
Okay.
give us your energy.
Thoronir, you are up.
Okay, how far away is Jingo?
Jingo, from where you are, so you were just slightly behind these guys, yeah? So he's probably 15 feet from your
I'd
location.
just like to point out Jingo is the one person in this entire group that you don't want to attack.
Well, I figured we end. If I end him now, this all ends. Then it's I take him out of the equation.
At
Everyone's
least
happy.
it'll stop Claero going on about him.
And what's his leash made of?
So it seems to be it doesn't seem to be particularly tight or anything. It's just a very simple binding of something akin to rope.
Okay. Because I'm super skilled, I'm gonna try and fire my short bow to break him free.
Lord.
You've been watching too many movies, you have.
I have just used up my 20,
Yeah.
but
It's Magnificent
two
7.
in a row, I reckon.
You've been watching
Okay.
too much of Dwayne the Rock Johnson. This is a
Or
Dwayne
if not,
movie.
if,
this
like
is.
at the very least, I want to get the hand that's holding the leash. The leash.
So what are you aiming for? The hand or the leash?
The leash.
Okay.
You're gonna
With the wind, I imagine, is going that way.
Wish you
Yeah.
luck.
So there's a very
Luck.
short,
Yeah.
very very short tether between the
Yeah,
rope.
I'm
and-
going in between.
Okay, fine.
You know Red Dead Redemption when it goes in slow mo?
Yeah.
Gonna Robin Hood it.
Okay, take it away, Thorin, and make an attack roll,
Oh, I'm
please.
scared. Did you got inspiration? No.
15.
Oh,
15.
not bad.
It's a DC 1 million.
Yeah. 15 will just about hit it. You just catch.
Oh,
You catch the rope. Do the damage to it, please.
okie dokie.
Rope damage.
Rope damage.
Okay.
So that is 6 rope damage.
Okay, you just
Rope
take it.
damage.
So it looks like it
Nice.
all but rips it, and just as he pulls his hand away in shock, he seems to do the last little tear on the rope
Nice.
as you break it.
Bloody
apart.
Lord, yes.
Okay, would you like to do anything else, Thoronir?
Run, Jingo, run! To us!
Okay. He looks at you and looks around very
He is
quickly.
doused in green flame.
Yeah.
The light from the green flame.
Anything else you would like to do, Thoronir? No? In that case, the one of the men from the back, from the tent, comes towards you, and he draws. You haven't got the surprise of your reaction because of everything's.
The huge fireball.
You were surprised in yourself, as it were.
It's still there, by the way. It's concentration spell.
Bursts in front of you
Does it?
across
Can
the
you move
ground and draws all of your attention. Temporarily masks a person from behind it that now has his blade drawn, and he is running towards you. It looks like they have scimitars.
Bandit weapons.
Yeah,
Pirates.
that T-shirt means nothing now.
So the first one. Who was stood on the right of the two of you? One of you was on the left, one was on the right.
I'm assuming I'm on the right, because it looks I'm sat on the right.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's how I imagine it.
Fine. So the first one running from this tent, whether you see him or not, the last second you do, he runs towards you with the scimitar drawn, and he takes a stab at you with this blade. He has a 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
Miss, okay.
Too fast for you.
He has missed you. You can see him up close. All his teeth are missing in this man.
Definitely a
And
bandit.
he, staring straight at you, takes a swipe at you. It wasn't.
Bandits have poor dental hygiene.
That's why he wasn't scared of my. Then you get to keep your teeth lined.
It didn't strike you as a particularly talented strike, you know.
Crap bandits.
In kind of a Mad Max-esque fashion, can you have an Australian accent? Gideon!
Lester, right in front of you guys. You're both within 5 feet of him, so there's a big cluster of you kind of all together really here. He's just been burnt to the side, and almost instinctively he draws his scimitar. He pushes with one hand in front of Jingo, and he takes a swipe also at you, Nollis.
Cool.
I'm coming at you, mate.
That's alright.
It won't hit. It is a 7.
Cool.
Okay.
Off the shield. Tink.
2.
This is the first time in a long time we put ourselves in an actual battle formation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
First time in a long time that somebody hasn't hit me immediately.
Nollis,
Nollis looks surprised. Normally this hurts a lot more.
Nollis, it is your retort.
It's my retort. So now who's in the background? So we've got these guys at place.
You've got immediate in front of you. You've got these 3 and Jingo.
Sweet.
Then you've got one to the left of you, one to the right of you. Both that were at these kind of perimeter fences.
Here I am, stuck in the middle of you.
Way.
Sweet. The
It's creeping.
lazy-looking snarly
winding
guard
up.
with no teeth. I'm just gonna take it back to basics. Nollis is gonna jab at him with his newfound rapier.
Go ahead.
That's 21.
21 would certainly hit. Yes.
Oh, it's cocked.
Should have removed it.
That's 9 damage.
9 damage. So you take a great big strike with this rapier for the first time, straight to the chest.
It's quite gymnastic.
Yeah. So he, as he attempts to strike you, you counter him with the other
Kind of
hand.
strength and elven grace all rolled into one.
You use his speed against him
Yeah.
and push it into him as he runs at you, and you sink it right into that right hand side of his torso. He looks right at you in the eyes, kind of as if you surprised him hell of a lot more than he surprised you. He doesn't seem to go down, but he's really struggling.
I forgot to say, at the end of Lester's turn, because he's 5 foot from the flame, he has to make the saving throw again.
Okay, so it's an active area effect.
This is a concentration spell for 1 minute, and it's
Okay.
an active area effect. So, if you don't mind, can you make that
Let's do
saving
it,
throw?
yeah.
So it's dex saving throw.
So he doesn't step away from it in time, and he looks like he'll fail this one. 6. Yeah.
Nice.
God, 2d6.
8 damage.
8. So he just kind of ignites as he was trying to strike at you, Nollis. He just kind of goes up the entire lower half of his body, just kind of in a blaze, and he's still striking at you and trying to pat this out with the other hand. And the smoke's rising up over his body. All of you are kind of engulfed within this area of smoke as it's overtaking.
Absolute chaos, just how we like it.
Oddly, we start to feel oddly hungry.
bacon.
Nollis, anything you'd like to do? Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm right up in it, aren't I? So I'm going to hold fast.
Okay. Fine. After you, Nollis, we go round to Xolen.
I'm going to quickly scan the periphery to check there's nobody that's been hiding, just advancing from behind
good
us.
idea.
From behind you.
From,
yeah.
yeah, I'm just going to have a look, just check
Make a perception roll.
the edges, just to see if we're... 20, not natural though.
20.
Not natural.
You have a really good look round you.
Yeah.
You feel this overwhelming sense that someone's about
Yeah.
to jump out from behind you. Your paranoia is screaming rife. As you look around, you cannot make out another character
Okay, cool.
encroaching on you.
Right, I'm going to take out my hand axe, but I'm going to throw my hand axe to Jingo. I'm going to try and throw it, not at Jingo, to Jingo.
Yeah.
Wow,
To
we
give
really
him-
want to
yeah.
accidentally kill this guy.
To give him some form of weapon. Can I? Yeah.
We're your
Can
friends.
I-
We're just going to shoot arrows
No,
and throw
I-
axes at you.
Not frisbee it. That's a bit vicious, you know.
Bounce
But
pass.
not
You
enough.
do the throw up, right?
Yeah.
The throw
You
up.
know, yeah.
Just
aggressive.
it's
Scooch
not an
across
attack
the
roll, so
floor,
just
maybe.
make a general dexterity roll just to see how
Please
effective
don't
you
roll a
are at
one.
tossing that toward him.
That would be a 12.
A 12. So you kind of land it
Yeah.
nearby him. He has to move his feet pretty quickly because it
That's
looks like
fine.
the blade's about to strike him.
He's seen it.
But
at
it
least,
lands
that's
kind of
all
by
right.
his feet.
Sweet.
I'm just,
His wide feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, Lester, we can stop this. We can stop this.
No, we can't.
You can make a persuasion
There's
with
only one way to
disadvantage.
stop
Yeah.
this.
Enjoy the green flame, you bum.
Oh, it's two
Ooh,
19s in a
two
row.
19s.
So that is, what was it, persuasion?
Doesn't matter, I'm still
Oh,
going to stab
that's
him.
22.
You still got your galoshes?
Oh,
yeah.
23, yeah, with the galosh.
With your nice glove.
Look how he's on fire. This guy's told
Yeah.
you that. Bloody nice galoshes.
Okay.
So persuasive.
Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Xolen?
No, I just want to try. Yeah, I'm trying to just stop this before we have
Okay.
to kill them all.
He heard you at very least. Whether
Yeah.
to what extent he's heeding your words, you're not sure.
Yeah,
But he heard you and looked at you.
it's the final warning. That is it.
It's a final
I know, but that is it. That's the final
One of his
warning.
guys has been skewered. He's on fire.
It's
We
extreme.
can call an end to it. We can.
Okay, Claero.
Nobody has to. Oh, you
The
did.
red
Oh yeah,
mist.
here it comes.
Cool. So there's a guy on the right, up close. Cool. So I'm gonna run up 15 foot from him.
He's the one that's just been rapiered. The one on the right.
It's been a while.
Oh, sorry. Are you
Alright.
talking about the one by the barricade on the right?
Yes.
Okay,
He's on his
so
own.
it's a
Family show.
He's on his own. So he's
Didn't think
gonna
Peter was with us.
run up 15 foot from him.
Yeah.
And he's going to take out both his hands, and he's going to go to fire a firebolt. But again, like in the forest, it just goes off like a shotgun, and there's a spray of fire.
Jeez.
Burning hands.
And you're on the north side of this barrier, so you're on the same side as him.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So that's a dexterity saving throw, burning hands.
Sure.
Hope you've missed these lovely drooping trees.
13
Versus DC, right?
versus
Your spell save,
your
your
intelligence,
spell-
aren't you?
It's your spell
Yes.
thing.
DC.
Yeah.
13.
13 matches it. That makes it.
Cool.
13
That's fine. It's still
saw
3d6, and he takes half of that.
Yep.
4, 2,
That'd be a great first episode.
1. Maths 7 divided by it's 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 ones. Oh no.
No.
3 twos. I was thinking that. I was like, what?
Any damage is good damage.
You know, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Not for Xolen. Stop this.
So did you just get? That was just the one. The first. Cool. That was one
Yeah,
down.
it's an area effect spell, but you know, roleplay.
And it also sets things in the area on fire.
Yes,
doesn't
it does.
So the fence, the barricade right next to him,
Yeah.
is just it's clearly entirely wooden.
Yeah.
Just catches straight away, and you see it start.
But not the trees.
start to burn. The trees are kind of on the far side of the encampment.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on them.
As a backdrop almost. You done, Clary?
that's it. Yeah. Just I use. he's gonna run it. How much can he run back?
You pretty much get back to where you were. You move 15 feet
Perfect.
to get to him.
I'll do
Yeah.
that because it's useful.
Can you move your spear? with
Oh, that's a
concentration?
good
I was gonna say,
point.
can
Yes,
you move it?
bonus action. I can ram my spear into Lester again. He has to make dexterity saving throw.
So he's still in it.
You can't occupy it, so it's next to him.
Oh, okay.
And as a bonus action, I can ram it into him, and he just has to make the dexterity saving throw again. So he has to make it every time he has a turn, and he's 5 foot from it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
any time I can try and ram it into.
Sure. Okay, go
It
ahead.
wasn't disfigured
Yeah.
enough now.
So dex saving throw.
Yeah.
He has got 15.
Yeah, it'll save that, but it's still half damage, so it's fine.
Where's Mohawk's going
5
up on this
damage.
one?
Okay, so as he stood there in his leather, you start to see this leather start to just start to almost vacuum wrap around him, and fires forming into him, melting into his skin. You see this pained expression. Okay, he says back to you, and this fire just overtakes him, ablaze. He writhing to the ground in agony.
Nice.
He seems to have been expired. Maybe.
Oh.
And this fire just blazing right in front of you. I mean, it's very hot from where you guys are. I mean, really, you're 5 foot away. Does it do friendly effect
You're not
as
5
well?
foot from it, are you?
Because he was in melee with him.
For sure, you need to make a dex
You're about to get
Yeah,
smoked.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
We're all good. Hang on, no. Technically, no, because I rammed Leicester, which is fine. But at the end of your turn, if you're 5 foot from it, you have to make a dex saving throw.
Run
So
away.
we're both 5 foot from the sphere.
Currently, you two and the toothless man, and did I say Jingo was in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Jingo's
Jingo's
not 5.
And Jingo's pretty damn close, but maybe 6 foot. So yeah, currently there's at least 3
but
people next
he's
to where
got
that
the-
sphere
Here,
is.
boy. Here, boy.
Yeah.
He got that.
From all your perspectives, just everything's on fire. There's axes being thrown, there's arrows being shot.
That's what I went for.
Okay.
You've been waiting for this moment, haven't you?
Yeah.
From the background, none of you are really paying any attention to it. An arrow comes towards you, Thoronir.
Ooh. That would be what the other guy was reaching for.
And misses by miles. So it could have been towards you, or it could have been towards anyone in the general area. It fires wide. It seems like one of the people that run out of the tent from the back is holding a crossbow. Cool. He doesn't do anything else. The man from the left-hand side, as you were entering the camp, to all of your left, really, as you enter, runs just into the fracas, and the closest person to him is yourself, Malken.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just this big huddle of people all around this fiery, flaming
Does he have to
area
run
now.
through the flames in order to get to me?
It's only if
He
he
doesn't.
finishes
No,
his turn.
no, he's not. He's on the left-hand side. You're
It depends if he's 5 foot.
yeah.
Right?
He's slightly further away, as Jingo is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets a 19 to hit.
Woo, Nelly!
Hit, I think.
Yeah.
And you will receive 7 slashing damage.
Holy smoke.
So you're just not paying attention to him. You're trying to
Climbing.
deal with this situation in front of you, and just totally off guard from your left hand side, you feel this burning pain from your arm as this blade sinks into you and catches you entirely off guard.
Did we, after the combat in the town, we didn't have a chance to rest, did we?
I believe you two did. You had your short rests, didn't you? No, you two had a short rest now.
After combat in town, we didn't rest.
No.
Oh, of
that's what I
course,
thought.
yeah, no, sorry.
That's okay. So I'm just making sure so I couldn't remember whether
We're
I
all
remember.
tired.
My bad.
I'm trying to work out whether you're dead or not.
No, I'm not dead yet.
Okay, you just see very close
Down
to
to
where all
3
three of you
inwards.
are. You see this is the guy with the black jacket just sink this blade into Stu's arm. Malken, it is your turn.
You guys being naughty again.
Okay, so I'm in combat with this guy. Am I?
To the guy to the left, certainly.
Right.
You've also got this fire that's right in front of you, and you're within range of that fire as well. So you need to not get burnt by it.
Mhm.
You're very aware you need to move away from it, but you've also got this guy in melee with you.
Okay. Well, I'll take a hefty swing at him with my staff.
Go ahead.
One-handed. Yeah.
One-handed, okay.
Yeah, so I'm taking a full roundhouse swing at him with it.
Roundhouse.
That's a natural 20.
Hey, so
Hey!
as you feel this burning sensation to your arm as the blood starts running from your bicep, and almost instinctively your right hand swings this staff at him and lands very effectively.
D6 plus 3, double damage, yeah?
So 2
So you roll your d6 twice, and then add your modifier.
So that's 3. That was 6, and so I add the 2 dice rolls together, then add the plus.
Yeah.
Correct, just once, yeah.
Right. So that's 3, 4, 7.
Okay. So you clunk him right around the head. His head jars to the side as you hit him.
And then we'll take a follow-up second strike.
Unarmed strike, yeah.
Use that unarmed strike. I'm going to take an extra bonus action unarmed strike. Ooh. From the sublime to the ridiculous. That's a 1.
A 1. Okay.
No.
So, yes, you try to lift up your arm, but because he seems to have severed something quite important in your arm, and you just
here.
feel all. You're just unable to move the muscle in that arm in this turn.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do, Malken?
Nothing much else I can do really. If I step back, it's a,
You've got 2 options. You've got an opportunity attack
yeah.
or a dexterity save.
There is an option. You are able to move around a character without triggering an opportunity attack,
So I can
as long as you don't
Yeah.
leave their
so I can
5
move
foot
away
radius.
from the area of the fire.
The dex save is guaranteed to hit anyway, so it's probably better to gamble the opportunity because you'll take half damage anyway off a dex.
Yeah, but I don't need to. I don't need to take the step away from combat. I just have to move
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
range of the flames.
You can do it.
The
So
third Dungeon Master one was the one to take.
Yeah.
so you can shuffle. You know, you're still engaged with them,
Yeah,
but you're
that's
just
number
sidestepping
3.
to the side, but you're not turning your back on him or anything
I'm
like
doing that thing.
that. Yeah.
That's the thing that I'm doing.
So you're now pressed right up against where this barricade, this makeshift fence is on your left-hand side. You've got no more movement that way.
Swearing profusely.
And he's right next to you there, but you're away from the fire enough that you're not going to get burnt. Okay, Malcolm. After that, the man draws his crossbow from behind the box. He takes some steps back because there's so much action going on ahead of him. Who are you people? You freaks! And he shoots. He's not got a very good line on anybody because of this big box that's in the way. So you're going to get. He steps right back next to the other crossbow guy. They're right next to each other, and he's going to take a shot at you, Nollis. But you've at least got a third half cover, so you're going to get +2 bonus to your AC.
Cool.
Because he hasn't got a full view on you from his location he's moved to. He takes his strike, which is a 15, but you've got +2 AC.
That's a miss.
Okay, so he fires kind of through the smoke, and it's just kind of lost within that. It comes pretty close to you. You feel it whoosh past your neck, but misses you.
Right on the gills.
Yes.
Through the gills.
Between the gill, yeah.
Then the man that you attacked a moment ago with your fireball, he runs back over the fence, so he kind of hops it. As he does so, he has to get over this flame, and he's going to make a dex save to see to what extent he does it. So he manages to singe himself as he goes over. You see him recoil as he does so. But he hops over the barricade, kind of leaps it, and he goes to the other side. And he just disappears slightly out of all of your vision round to the kind of northeast behind some of these huts and this barricade. It's just kind of disappeared from that location. And he's kind of where one of these tree leaves hangs down. It looks like it's maybe gone behind there roughly.
That's where the
Pull the lever and the killer bees come out.
I was thinking Maxi.
So many bees! Everyone had a go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thoronir? You-
Thorin was first.
Oh, you fired the arrow, the magic arrow. Yeah.
Just checking I've missed anyone. No, good. Thoronir, it's back round to you.
Okay, the guy that we just saw get singed, how far away is he from I?
So if you were to run round the barricade, round the perimeter, with a full dash, you might be able to get to where you last saw him.
And what if I just followed him and jumped over?
If you use your regular movement, you can get to roughly where the barricade was. but you probably wouldn't be able to jump over it. Depends if you're going around the north side, like the internal part or the external part,
Okay.
basically.
Not worth it. I'm going to try and take out the guy that I assume took a crossbow at me.
Okay, yeah,
I'm going to try and get him with my short bow.
sure. Yeah, so he's very close to this other guy. This other guy kind of has half cover, but you've got a full view on this guy that took a shot at you.
15.
15. 15 hits.
Nice.
Wonderful. And it's 7 piercing.
7 piercing.
7 massive piercing damages.
Lethal
Uh,
piercing damage.
7 lethal piercing damages.
it hits him right in the kind of upper chest area.
Sounds lethal to me.
You see him with one hand kind of lose the grip of his crossbow before gaining it again. It's definitely hit him and done him a good amount of damage, but he's probably 30 or so feet back from your location.
Not my chest area.
My most valuable of all my areas.
Roughly the clavicle.
In the clavicle.
Anything else you'd
Oh,
like to
my
do, Thoronir?
clavicle!
I guess I'm going to move slightly towards the other guy who
Okay.
just ran away.
Yeah, sure.
As far as I can go.
Yeah.
It won't be dash, obviously. No.
Okay. Then this man that was stood next to that had his rapier dug into you. First thing he's going to do is step back, which gives you an opportunity attack
Nice, I'm going to take that.
away from the fire, basically.
Ooh, it's not good, it's only a 10.
A 10. Yeah, okay, a 10 will not hit. And he seems to run right back to where these other two are firing their crossbows. I'm here! You got me! And he dashes into the round tent behind them both.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go to Nollis. You see Lester finally expire. He stops writhing on the floor. You see Nollis, you are up. You're stood next to a fire.
Stood after a fire, and there's another person relatively close by.
Yes, engaged with Stu.
Am I engaged with
Malken.
that person as well?
Not quite, but you can be if you want to.
Cool. He's gonna step back a little bit, probably 5 or 6 feet or so, and looking over to where everyone's firing crossbows at the back. He's gonna hold up his hand and shout something in some weird kind of guttural Elvish, and he's gonna cast Fog Cloud. It creates a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it.
Okay.
And shroud that whole area in fog.
Yeah. So it's everyone's effectively blind.
Yeah.
Okay. But likewise for you guys, you can't
You
see
can't
them.
see anything in there, it's all fog.
Anything else you want to do, Nollis?
No, I think that's everything with me.
Okay, so you step back from the fire as well.
Oh, sorry, I've stepped away from the fire.
Yeah.
That wasn't obvious.
Zolan.
I'm going to move away from that.
So we've got two guys in the crossbow, now in a fog cloud.
Yeah, all
Yes.
of you've got one guy that's battling with Stu at the moment, but
Yeah.
all your friends are right next to you, in effect.
And that's it, it's the 3 people left.
And then you saw the guy disappear around the perimeter to the
But
right.
I guess you've, dispatching of those people. I still think we can cool off the fight, so I'm going to cast.
Wait, Lester!
Yeah, Lester's dead now. I'm gonna cast magic. I'm gonna look for a stone. Have you got a stone? Have I got a stone? Yeah, I can have a stone. Something weighty.
You can make a
Pebble?
quick investigation roll.
Yeah, looking on the ground for stone. Do we get to have mods to an to one?
lot of dirt.
But
You
yeah,
got
Just
one.
a lot of dirt
So,
on
yeah,
the
you
ground.
found
It's just ground.
it's 6 if I add my investigation.
a 1. So you find a stone,
Perfect.
and as you pick it up, reach down and grab it, it's just dust and falls apart.
Fuck's sake! Excuse my language. I will. It's a 1.
Other exclamations are also available.
I'm just going to join in then. I'm going to join in this buffoonery with a light crossbow shot.
Into the mist.
Into the mist. Randomly.
Yes,
into
I
the
am going to
mist.
shoot it into the mist. Actually, yeah. Just to
Yeah.
look like
Okay.
I'm
Randomly in the direction
Yeah.
that he thinks that somebody might be.
just so it looks like I'm contributing to this fight. That my conscience is not as guilty as it
Okay,
could
so,
be.
so this fog cloud is
Just
what
don't fire it
width?
my way.
Yeah.
20 foot.
20 foot.
Yeah.
So there were 2 people within there.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to ask you to make a normal hit roll,
Yeah.
and if you succeed, there's a 50% chance it won't hit them because you can't see them. Okay.
Perfect.
don't know if that's how I'm meant to do it.
Well,
That's
it's
how
not
I'm
going to hit
do it.
anyway.
It's not going to hit anything.
It's not going to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
you
hit.
fire.
With a
fire
shot like that,
within
you'll
the
be
mist,
lucky to
and
hit the
no
ground.
idea if it's
Yeah.
successful.
Go
or not.
Leicester.
I'm going to go, yeah. He's
Sorry,
dead!
Leicester.
Leicester's dead!
Again.
Drop your arms!
I did it!
Anything else, Xolen?
No, I'm just going to try and, yeah.
Okay.
Just drop your weapons.
Claero.
Are you
Please.
shouting
Drop your
there,
weapons.
drop your weapons and
Please.
surrender?
Oh,
Thank you for following.
Adventure K298.
Oh, thank you very much for follow. We appreciate
to
that.
meet
Thank
you.
you.
This guy that ran away from me, is there any way I can move 30 foot and get an eyeliner?
The guy that ran away from
That's
you,
all
so
right.
would you rather go internally to the perimeter or externally to the perimeter? He's on the external side.
Yeah, external.
Yeah, so if you were to run around there, what's your movement?
30.
You could get to. You probably would need your dash to get to where you think he is.
I only need eyeline on him.
The eye line is very, very well obscured by this tree foliage that's hanging down. You kind of dash into it and behind it.
How far is he from the flaming sphere?
He is more than 30 feet.
Who can I see? Sorry, it's a ruckus going on.
That's okay, yeah. Big fog cloud.
Yeah.
Person that dashed off out of your sight
Yeah.
to the right. And then you've got this one guy that's just been clonked around the head, embedded a scimitar into Malken's
And I
arm.
got line of sight on that guy.
You have?
How far's the fog cloud from the flaming sphere?
From the flaming sphere, it is probably 15-20 feet.
Lovely. Cool. So he focuses on the sphere and just throws it into the fog cloud.
Yeah.
Anyone within 5 foot of that has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fine. So again,
He's just going to run it right down the middle.
Sure, yeah. So it's a 20-foot fog cloud. There's you don't know where they are within
Yeah.
that, so you've got a 50% chance of it hitting them
Okay.
within there. So
This weird green glow.
yeah. So if you want to roll, if you've got a D4, you haven't you?
Yeah.
You give me a D4 if you get
It's
3 or
very
4.
cinematic, isn't
A
it?
3 or 4 you
Green
hit them,
blast
otherwise
going
you
down through the
unfortunately
fog.
miss.
Oh, I got 2.
Okay.
That's fine.
Doing absolutely
You send it in there, but you're not quite sure if it's got
That's
one or
fine. And he's going to set his hand shotgun on fire and fire a firebolt at the guy in combat.
Okay.
With Jarl. It's a ranged spell attack. Give me a good roll. Yeah, it's a good one. 18 plus something. Is that
That's
gonna hit?
enough. Yeah, that's enough.
Cool. And firebolt is blah 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 blah. 1d10. Amazing. I love being a spellcaster.
Another guy.
I wasn't a spellcaster last time. Is it that one? No, not that one.
That's a
Same
percentile.
size as
That'll do,
that,
yeah.
but that'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do, yeah.
That's one.
1 damage. I'll take it.
One damage.
It just skims it.
Yeah. No
My
additions, just
eyebrows!
1 damage.
He now has a mohawk.
Yeah.
This,
An
yeah,
anti-
You are
this crossbow bolt just lands in him into his arm right in front of you. Okay. At that point, you see a man coming out to the side, the right-hand side, so kind of it toward the outer perimeter of this fog cloud, just looking around, just mind blown. Wizards! Wizards! And he runs away from you all, away to the rear end, the north side of this camp, and he seems to hop over a barricade.
Cool.
Excellent. That won't come back to haunt us in the future.
We after that.
Can anyone smell foreboding?
Combat's not over.
The one next to you, the one that you're fighting right now, tries to take one more stab at you with his
They will never learn, these guys.
scimitar. He's not going to hit. At that point, he kind of hears that cry from behind him.
Oh!
Thank you very much.
D&D with Josh Mage. Hello there.
Thank you very much,
D&D with
D&D with Josh
Josh
Mage. Thank you for the follow.
Welcome.
At that stage, yes, he also is trying to back away, so you've got an opportunity attack with your staff, I guess. Give him a whack.
That's 14. That's 19.
19 will certainly hit.
Ooh,
One
nice.
Do
D6 plus 3. That's 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. So
Chocolate
as he
Charlie.
he literally turns his back on you. He rotates 180 degrees, goes to take off, quite clearly startled by this cry of wizards. You hit him once again, exactly the same place you hit him the first time, and seem to quite clearly knock him out instantly, non-lethal damage.
I'm always trying to do
Yeah.
non-lethal damage if I can.
Yes, and you knock him to the ground. His head just hits against this fence, and he falls kind of folded up half against
Stab it with me stick.
the ground.
Non-lethally, of course.
That was his turn.
What about Jingo? Does Jingo get a turn?
Jingo is just where he was left, basically. He's right by this box. All this is going on.
Staring
around.
at the
He's just
axe
trying to duck
next
and
to
keep
his
low and to avoid the fire. And
I was hoping he'd fight for me.
Yeah.
Go on, Jingo!
He's just ducking down, and kind of sheltering himself from everything.
Fair enough.
That
I feel brave now.
at this point, there's nobody within any kind of eye line of yours, and nothing seems to be happening for a short amount of time. So it's up to you. We don't have to stay in turn order for a little while, unless you'd like to.
Okay. I'd
I'd just like to point out that
Yeah,
I'm
that's fine.
bleeding rather heavily here.
Yeah.
Okay, we can stay in turn order.
I have a flaming sphere that if time moves very quickly, we're going to lose. So,
okay.
Yeah.
No problem. In that case, we'll stay in turn order. Thoronir.
Burn everything you can. Let me burn everything!
Hang on, I haven't had a go.
My apologies, because sorry, I thought that was your turn, but
Lack
that was
of
your reaction,
opportunity.
wasn't it? Yes. My
So,
mistake.
so there is the last guy who was standing anywhere near me has just
Yes.
been conked.
Yes.
What else can I see? There's fire near me.
The fire has moved into this fog cloud, which is
Right,
forming
okay.
in the
There's
back
like
of this
green
tent.
flashes within the fog.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
pretty. Very
And then
pretty.
to the right-hand side, you saw someone disappear, but you've got no eye line on anybody at the moment, other than Jingo is right in front of you.
Rules query.
Go ahead.
You can drop concentration at any time. Is that any time on your turn or any time in anyone's turn?
You can drop concentration.
I thought any time would be any time, yeah.
Cool. The fog cloud is going to
What
disperse.
is time?
Okay. I'm happy with
It's
that.
like currency.
Can I right now
Spend
the
it
fog
wisely.
cloud has dispersed? Can I see any of the villains?
I move people out of turn, so let me check. You can see the one chap that was stood within there that had taken the crossbow effort previously.
How far
As soon as this
away-
cloud disappears, you've got this fire, and this man stood next to it trying to avoid it.
How far away from me is he?
He is the other side of that big box, but he's probably, as the crow flies, it's 30 feet, but you have to circumvent a box as well, which is quite a big box, so it's probably
Do you need
like
a crow?
35 feet actually.
35 feet is no problem.
But what's your movement's 40, is it? Actually?
My movement is 40.
Yeah, so you can reach him.
Gazelle.
Yeah. Okay,
quick.
so I will. I'm not going to run straight towards him. I'm going to sort of run perpendicular to him so that I can get around, so that I can get a clear line of sight at him. And I yell something completely incomprehensible and fling my hand out.
Okay.
And a
Within melee.
no, not going into
Not
melee
within
with
melee,
him.
okay.
No,
10 feet from him
I'm,
or so?
I'm staying out of melee, so about 15 feet.
Alright.
Just I wanted to get round far enough so that I've got a clear view of him.
Sure, you can do that.
Scream something out loud at the top of my voice. Throw my hand out to him, towards him.
The one that's
And-
nearly severed. You've thrown.
No,
your
that's
hand.
throw it at him. Throw my hand out, and from my hand comes a burst of bright light,
Okay.
which
Come from?
This is new.
This is new.
which has a range of 30 feet
Mhm.
and goes as a standard ranged attack. That's a natural
Nice.
20
That's two natural
plus
20s.
my dexterity.
Don't think it matters.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a critical hit.
okay, so that is
Double the dice.
Double D.
4 radiant D4 radiant damage.
That turns to D8.
It's like
Does
Grim.
And you roll it twice.
So that's 2. That's 3 radiant damage.
How many dice should have that been, sorry?
Normally it was just a D4.
Oh, so normally a D4, so
Normally
twice.
a
Yeah,
D4.
fine.
Plus I get my where am I? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I've never done this before, so I'm happy to.
Oh, yeah.
I add my dexterity to that.
Yeah.
So that's another 3. So what did I say that was? 4?
3. Got 3
Six.
in total.
6 in total then.
Okay, you all see this burst of light just overtakes all of your vision. None of you've seen this. You know, it's mind-blowing to all of you. Each time someone casts a magic spell, you remember these are some of the first times you've ever seen these events happening. And this bright light just opens up, emanating from Malken, and straight towards this man. And he, and you think it was Grady, the beggar man you first saw, blinds him and clearly damages him when this light returns to a normal.
It doesn't drop him.
It's not dropping.
So it happens again.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm
Are you
spending.
making things up?
You're spending a key
I'm
point.
spending a key point to repeat the attack. Now, do I need to? Do I need to make a hit roll again, or?
The fresh attack.
What's his 20 anyway? Damn.
Oh, that's so that's going to be 9.
9 to hit.
To hit.
9 will not hit, unfortunately.
Never mind.
Lasers.
Okay. Very impressive. You see these 2 huge flashes of light. He seems to move with this unnatural speed, faster than any of you can move. It's very, very impressive.
I thought Malcolm was human. That's what I'm shouting at people. in the mist.
Anyone can listen. Okay. At this point, this man, assuming you finished, this man.
Yeah, there's nothing more I can do. I've moved and combated and spent my extra attack.
Sure. So this man, Grady, just takes off behind him, clearly afraid and realised they're outgunned, presumably. Just takes off behind him and jumps over this fence, pushes through this tree line, and just disappears out of your vision.
Malcolm is sort of looking at his hand like that.
Exactly the
Blood
same
loss
moment.
is quite a thing at the moment as well. So it's quite.
Exactly the same moment, another man runs out of this little tent. He's carrying a box, and he too takes a look around, sees these flashes and this fire, and also just darts, catching a view of where where Grady left. And he too darts through the same route over this, vaults this fen, and
Get
through
him,
this
winning
tree
that
line.
box.
Get him.
It's got treasure in it.
It's treasure. I think that's more important.
Still want to stay in combat?
Gandalax.
Yeah. So we go to Thoronir now.
Okay, who can I see?
You have got no vision on anybody that's awake,
Okay,
other than Jingo.
So
Don't kill Jingo.
I just can't, I'm going to go over to Jingo.
Okay.
I'm going to go rescue him somehow.
Okay. So he's just there.
Tuck him into your
I'm
arms.
just going to grab him and
Okay.
pull yourself together, man.
Oh, thank you for this. Shall I come with you now?
Yes, please. This
All right.
has been a long time coming.
And he just kind of runs close to you. So wherever you're going, he's just trying to kind of almost stick with you.
Into your
Just
arms.
Okay,
waiting for your guidance. Yeah.
So I'm retreating back to where we came from, basically.
Yeah. I mean, are you dashing? Are you using everything you've got, or what are you doing?
Pick him up and
No, because we can't see danger,
No.
can we?
Sure, you're just using
So
normal speed, getting back in
just
the
like,
cluster.
Just come back here,
Sure.
you little scamp.
Just kind of go to the back of the pack
Yeah.
with him. Fine. Okay. He goes with you happily. He seems quite relieved. After Thoronir, the next event will be Nollis's.
Cool. I can't see anyone anymore.
At the moment, other than Jingo, everybody else is
Cool.
down.
Nollis is going to make a movement up to that back fence.
Okay.
It's 30 feet.
So you're basically looking at... you dash to get to that tree line. It's about 50, 60 feet from where you are.
So I'd have to dash to get there.
Yes.
And if I just move 30 feet, I can't see anything, presumably.
If you move 30 feet, there's this tree, these hanging weeping trees.
Yeah.
This foliage is it's obscuring the whole backdrop. You know, it's just
Cool.
this.
I'm trying to
foliage
draw a
you can see.
bead on the guy with the box, specifically. When
Yeah.
I see a guy with a
because
box.
I have shouted, "Get him!"
Sure, you can see where he went. You know exactly where he went, but you can't get an eye line on him with a normal movement.
Cool, he'll dash a little bit further, get
Okay.
closer up.
So you're going to use your full movement, get all the way. So effectively, where you are, you get all the way up to this rear barricade
Mm-hmm.
and this tree line. You'd have to vault it in your next turn
Cool,
to
okay.
get over it. And there's a
Can I
barricade
see
and
them
tree
from
line.
where I am?
You can make a perception roll with disadvantage just because it's so thick with that foliage there.
I'll do it. Why not? Oh, that's not good. So that is. What am I doing?
Perception?
Perception? 8.
8. Yeah, not quite. Even if you think, well, maybe there's a shadowy figure there, but you're not totally sure.
They're long gone, friends.
Zolan?
Do I have the movement to get sight of Boxman?
You're right back with Claero, aren't you?
Right, yeah.
So you are not as fast as Nollis, but you
25
can get
foot.
behind 10 feet behind where Nollis
Yeah,
is.
Boxman's still there.
He's run that way, hasn't he? The
Boxman vaulted that
Yeah.
fence. That's who you're heading.
Oh, cool.
That's the
So you're
last
chasing-
area.
I'm confused.
I'm gonna lie to Claero and say, that was 10 gold of charcoal in that box. I seen it. Go and get it. As I run off.
Giggling.
Yeah. I'm certain.
Fine. So
Just
you're
a
no,
gnomish chuckle.
you're right by this tent. There's a fire pit to the side of you. There's some drums. There's fires still active.
I
next
can't
to
get
you,
a shot
near
off
you.
now.
You
Can I
don't-
dash a bit closer? Can I use my...
You're using. I'm
but
assuming
you-
you've
okay,
dashed.
fair enough.
Yes.
Cool.
Then we go to Claero.
Cool. So, having heard Xolen, he,
Did you believe me?
his eyes light up. Yeah, he clicks his fingers, and the flaming sphere disappears. And he just clicks the other hand, and his body starts to phase in and out. Expeditious retreat again. Oh, hang on. Is stopping concentration a bonus action?
You can stop concentration at any time.
Cool. So yeah, he casts expeditious retreat as a bonus action.
Okay.
He will then he will run. When you cast a spell, then as a bonus action on your turn until the spell ends, you can take the dash action. So you can't take it on the turn that because you only need one bonus action at a time, right?
I think.
You're
You have to be real careful.
I thought you could do a bonus action, as many bonus actions as you want, as long as you have access to them.
Do again.
When you cast a
You
spell,
can do
and
a
then
bonus-
Oh,
oh, no.
when you cast this spell and then as a bonus
Yeah.
action, and the spell is a bonus action. Cool. So I get free
What's a
dash.
bonus action? Thorin is shouting.
So
Something on top of your normal action.
yeah,
Some spells give you stuff.
yeah, cool. So he's gonna you see the flame ball disappear. He goes as a blur, runs across camp 60 foot. Am I up where Nollis is?
With your movement, yes, you're right next to where
I know
Nollis
about
is.
it.
Cool, and you can
Thorin
just
doesn't
see the guy, right?
No.
Ish.
I
Cool.
don't
And then
know.
as his action, he
Technically.
dashes in the direction of the guys.
Okay, so you're going to vault the fence
Yeah.
and then push through this tree line. So
Yeah.
as soon as you push through this tree line,
Jeepers.
pretty much immediately in front of you, you can see 4 of these guys that are all running
Yeah.
away from you.
Cool.
The nearest one's like 10 feet from you,
Yeah.
and they're kind of looking over their shoulder as you're behind them.
And he's like a blur.
Cool. Okay. At this point, we go to one of them. He looks around. What do you want?
Drop the box!
Intimidation.
Yeah, you've got to
Imagine
have,
you're pretty
gotta have,
persuasive.
gotta have the-
Yeah, it's a 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drop the box!
He turns around at you
Yeah.
and he takes a crossbow shot at you. From
Over his shoulder?
relatively point blank, but it's not quite point blank. It's 10
Yeah.
feet. 16.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, we're in double
Oh, in
wizard.
the eye.
Yeah. And it will be 3 piercing damage. It only hits you in the leg and just takes you just above
a
the
flesh
knee.
wound.
I'm not going to be cocky. There's 4 of them.
Yeah. Hits you just above the knee.
Yeah.
He thinks about what he's going to do and he just keeps
Yeah.
running, so just another 30 feet with his
Cool.
movement.
Not above my knee!
Then
To be a wizard.
we go
An arrow
to
to the knee.
Malken, you're up.
Right, so I'm going to give chase. How far away from them am I?
A normal movement you can get to pretty much where Nollis is.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your 40 movement.
Okay.
And then if you want, you could dash to get past the barricades. Up to you.
Well, so if I get up to the barricade, how far beyond the barricade are they?
You don't know.
Beyond the barricade.
Okay, so I get up to the barricade and look at them, and how far away are they?
There's a tree line in the way, so
Oh,
you're
son
obscured
of a-
by this foliage.
God damn it.
Okay.
Damn
You
trees.
saw Claero blur through it, but you don't know how far on they are.
Okay.
one of the wonders of not using a battle map is you actually get your own character's viewpoint,
Yeah.
vantage point.
So all I can do is vault over the fence and just sort of try and look through the tree line. I don't want to dash straight into combat at the moment because I am quite badly injured.
Okay, so you're going to use your.
I want to get to a position where I can see them.
Sure. So you use your dash action. You come alongside Claero. You can move further if you want to, and there are just 4 bandits retreating into the distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at.
You could get ahead of Claero, or you can stay alongside.
I'll stay as close as I can get without actually getting into melee range with them.
Okay, fine. At this point, we come around to one of the other ones. Again, it's Grady. Looks back around. Get out of here! Leave us alone! And he too takes a crossbow shot at yourself, Malken.
Cool.
As he's running, so he too is running alongside. They're pretty much alongside one another, both just firing over their shoulder back at you. Oh no! Don't worry about that.
The game's over. It's over.
The world has fallen.
The dungeon master has flipped the table.
Oh.
Flipped out.
Did you see anything?
Oh.
It was going to
Nice
happen
one.
sooner or later.
I am so sweaty right
Oh,
now.
just
You will find.
Well, you're in a great
It's
battle.
26, is it?
Can we have it in the camera, please?
26 degrees.
26 degrees.
Oh.
It's
That's
tasty.
right. Well, that's about the actual temperature of the game. So.
That's true.
And you would be
26
sweaty.
degrees in the middle of the table, underneath my hairline.
Then we should
It's about 38 with a 100% humidity.
we should say that's centigrade.
Yeah.
There's freedom
Which
height
is-
on this side if you need it.
I can't even read that. It's a foreign language. 80.
Woo.
80 degrees
80
Fahrenheit.
American
Okay,
temperatures.
Taking a shot at
Sorry.
you, it's going to be 18.
Saying that.
Oh.
Oh shit, that hits.
Yep. And
Oh,
it
damage.
will be
That's a swear word as well. You take damage for that.
3 piercing damage.
That's enough, I'm down.
Oh no!
So
And you have to put a pound on the swear jar.
Yeah.
so as he's running back, this crossbow bolt seems to land directly in your stomach, straight through the middle. You see this as it's happening as you're blurring. You would have had to have blurred past him probably because of your relative accelerations to one another. And just as you arrive, this crossbow bolt just takes him through the sternum and drops to the ground,
Malcolm
winded,
is
breathless, and falls to his
Is
knees
that first?
and then falls
Yes.
in front.
Well, I mean,
It is.
it's obviously a first. It's episode number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Another one of the men is running back. He has got this box, whatever it might be. He doesn't seem to be firing back. He's just dashing as fast as he can into the distance. Then from there, that is everybody, and we're back at Thoronir.
So I've retreated back with my lad.
Yeah.
Jingo.
Do I know what's going on?
There's various. All your friends have run towards this back part of the camp. A couple of them pushed through at the end.
Okay.
You broken?
While you think on it, what we're going to do, because it's so hot, is we're going to take a quick art break. We will be back,
quick
so you will
art
see
break.
some of the beautiful art that all of our wonderful fans
Yeah,
have
that'd be
produced.
I've needed
We've
a
had
week.
amazing
2
art.
hours.
Yeah.
That's Porridge's
2 hours I've
hand.
needed a week.
We're going to take a couple of minute break. We'll be back.
Potato.
I don't know how long this break takes, but it's between 3 and 5 minutes
Yes,
probably.
yeah.
We'll be back in just a minute.
Hold tight.
Still
Back in
playing.
the room.
That's
Yeah,
as if
room.
nothing had happened.
Hello and welcome back
So smooth.
to
What
episode
amazing
1.
artwork.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Of course,
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Thank you ever so much for all of that, and keep it coming.
Yeah, please draw a picture. Please send it us.
Yeah, we love
Where
it.
do
We
they
really
send
do.
it?
Well, for those new viewers on
PO box.
geekdad.com, we are available at twitter.com/dierolling UK. Please send us your artwork because we love them.
Jack,
Hi.
let's kill some bandits. Yeah.
Pom poms.
Are they bandits, are they?
And, okay, Thoronir, you're up. Once I put the music back on, and the music is... Was it that one? I think it might have been that one.
It's
There
on.
we go. We're up.
Jingo. Looks like trouble ahead. How adept are you at fighting?
Not at all.
What's
What I'm
this?
doing then is druid craft.
No.
Well, earn one.
Triggered a follow.
Thank
Thank you very much.
You came in at exactly the right moment.
Performing druid craft. It's just like a fountain of leaves that is just going to tunnel and fall over him. I'm like, stay in the leaves. I'm going to dash.
Oh, what is this?
Whoa, I can't
Oh my
dash.
god! Oh my god!
Stay in the leaves. And I'm just going to run to my friends,
Okay.
which
Right.
is, yeah, I've got 35.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, and that was your action to cast that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, so you get kind of halfway, you're in the middle of the camp.
But I keep looking back, like, in the leaves.
It seems to be in the
Stay in the leaves.
It's falling. Flurry of leaves.
Yeah, it's just a tunnel of leaves falling from the sky, just hiding our friend Jingo.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Thoronir. Then the other man. Are you going to stay back? Wait, that's Jingo's voice. Are you going to stay back? He's looking directly at you.
Sounds much more ferocious now.
Yeah.
You can
man, a
indicate.
shot.
You can indicate yes or no.
I just want the box.
Leave us alone! And he keeps running. He doesn't take a shot at you. He hesitated like he was going to,
Thank you,
and
you.
he's dashing full speed.
I'm face
away
down in the
from
dirt.
you.
He doesn't take a shot at you.
He's dashing full speed
Might be
into.
his mother's ashes in there.
So he's about 90 feet from you. Then we go
They're
to
that type of
Nollis.
people, are they?
Cool. Nollis is going to take a move action
like a
through the
window.
thicket.
So as you do so, you are greeted with the sight of Malken. Immediately, you almost step on him. Immediately in front of you, just floored
Charming that
to
is.
the ground. You
bleeding
see,
out.
you see this crossbow bolt that's deep into his stomach, and you see Claero next to him. Them running away. A few of them pointing crossbows back over their shoulders towards you.
How far away is the guy with the box?
He is 60 feet away from you.
60 feet. That's a good old way, isn't it? Nollis is gonna rub his hands together. As it happens, you see like a little, like bluish lightning arc between his hands, and then he's gonna press them on the chest of Malken and jolt him back to life by casting Cure Wounds,
Sure.
which is not great, but it's 6 health returned to you.
Beautiful.
Okay, as soon as you're floored, you just feel your eyes going, and in that moment, this jolt that gives you this rush all around your body, quite painful, but also you feel yourself revitalised as if you'd just been defibrillated.
I feel like I've been defibrillated.
You've still got this crossbow bolt in your stomach as you look down.
Might need to do something about that.
Which is
Anything else,
sparking
Nollis?
Yeah, it's
Raiden's eyes.
If I pull the arrow out, there's intestines come with it. Pull the bolt out.
Make a medicine check.
He's going to move. Basically, so he's obscuring
Claero. Okay. Stand in front of him.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
someone was going to take a shot,
No problem.
Of all the people in the party, Claero is the one I'd least like to stand in front of.
Xolen.
So how far away is the box?
Correct. You
60
can't see
feet?
any of it.
Can I get? I'm going to run 30 foot.
Yeah.
Can I see the box?
So your full movement, your full normal movement,
Yeah.
just about gets you over the barricade. You're kind of between the barricade and the immediate tree line.
Yeah.
So to see anything else, you'd have to dash to get through the tree line.
That's almost just... We're never going to catch this guy. I dash! I'll keep up the pursuit.
Sure, so you're going to dash as you come through the tree line. You're now alongside these people. There's some kind of operation going on with Malken. There is a blur, and there's these people kind of running into the distance.
I just want to take a second to say hello to Anthony, who's joined us. Anthony played on a one-shot on Arcane Investigations, of which I took part in, was it last week? Week before. So thank you for joining us, Anthony.
Oh, thank you very much.
One of our kind of family of Dragoons.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome to Geek Den.
Get back here! And to my turn.
Claero.
Nice.
Okay.
You've got three of your friends near you now, and Nollis right in front of you.
Box
Malcolm's
man?
just been downed.
Where is he?
He's about 60 feet away, running into the distance.
60 feet.
Mhm.
Awesome. So I could engage him if I wanted to.
Get him.
And all the others, how far are they?
The furthest one is around about 100 feet away from you.
Yeah. Cool. So
Bring
he.
down the box guy.
And
First-
there's two others, of course.
Cool. First of all, he's going to step beside Nollis
Mhm.
and go, "Out of my way, Nollis!" You know, and as he pushes aside, the skeletal arm will follow his arm, and the fingers will spin in the air as they dislocate off the hand, and then he fires them towards the
Is that like a
guy with
sound?
the box. Yeah, lovely.
Go ahead, make an attack roll.
Magic missile,
Yeah.
and he
That
gets
sounded awful.
3 blind darts.
Mhm.
They're an instant hit, so it's just damage. So 1d4 plus 1, so he does 2 damage, 3 damage, and 5 damage.
5 damage, okay. And these missiles all strike him from behind. He kind of trips and
2
stumbles.
damage, 3 damage, and 5 damage.
Yeah, so 10 damage in total.
Oh, 10 damage, sorry. That's 5
In
total.
the back of
So
the
yeah,
head.
you strike him, he trips as you hit him.
10 total.
Yeah, you hit him and it takes him up to the back of the leg,
Yeah.
the body, and the third one strikes him in the middle of the back. And he
Yeah.
just falls down, the box sprawls out in front of him, he's running and he falls
Mother's ashes
face down
everywhere.
in the ground and stops moving.
Does he appear dead?
It looks that way.
Cool. So Claero uses his move and then his bonus action dash with Expeditious Retreat to be up on him. Is he dead?
Yes.
Cool.
He is.
So green, like ethereal spirit comes out of his body and
Yeah.
into Claero. And
Collecting them souls, you know.
Your soul is mine.
once per turn, blah 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 blah. Hit points equal to twice the spell's level or 3 times its level if the spell belongs to the school of something. Yeah, so he just gets 2 of his health back.
Very good.
Do you?
Yeah.
And is forever plagued by yet another voice in the back of his head.
Soul.
box!
You see the soul just being sucked into Claero.
And he looks pretty good about it. Yeah, he just grabs the box.
It's horrifying. Okay. After Claero, the one that's nearest to you is probably only 20 feet ahead of you, turns around, freaks! And he pulls his crossbow and drives it at you.
Cool.
For 16.
Of course, hits me. No worries.
And
I got the box, guys.
Yeah.
and
Charcoal.
6 piercing damage.
This would have been a big deal at level 1.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, just a few months ago, this would have been real trouble for us.
He turns around and strikes you, and he thinks about coming towards you. Leave him! And the other, he double takes and continues running on. The nearest one's now 30 feet from you. Then we are at Malken.
So basically,
The nearest one of them is 90 feet
yeah,
from you. now.
Claero is 60 feet
Mhm.
ahead, and the rest of them are just dots disappearing into the distance.
I mean, they're not dots yet, but 90 feet away from him.
Yeah. It's not. Is it worth finishing them off?
There's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
We got the box. We got the box.
Yeah. I'm just going to get back up to my feet. Call out to Claero, bring it back!
Okay.
Okay.
I want to know what's in that box.
The rest of them, if you want to disengage from combat,
Yeah.
are going to continue running.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless Jingo wants to keep fighting, eh?
He's spatting leaves away.
Suddenly discover that Jingo had a terrible phobia of dried leaves.
I was not that over again. I need to get more secure.
You need some blue tack on there.
Yeah.
The adrenaline
It's all on
fades
this
off.
mic stand.
The adrenaline fades off, and Claero realises he's got an arrow in his arm and then next to his knee, and he's like, "Ow, ow, ow, ow."
Back to the camp. Hey, we got ourselves a camp.
We got a box. It's
Hello, box.
on fire, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, the camera
camp's on fire. Well, at least it's warm.
That's true. Yes, he walks back, trudges back through this forest with the box under his arm.
So now the looting begins.
Well, we got whatever they were running away with. Can I look in the box?
So the box appears to be locked.
It's filled with bees.
Do you want to have a look at that?
It must be important. Oh, you're... sorry, jeez. You are so...
Hello!
Could you,
Poking you in the leg. Would you like me to take a look?
That hurt.
Yeah, how... Claero passes Xolen the box.
I will pull out the lockpick from the beard. It's always stashed inside the beard. The only tool in the beard. And attempt to pick this lock. Yeah, can I attempt to pick this lock?
Yeah, you're back in the camp now.
Magical
Yeah,
lock.
Should we
back to the
wander
camp.
back to the camp?
Just kick
Or are we
some,
going to do this in the
kick some
forest?
dust over
We
the flames. You know.
As we're getting back, Nollis will mention it. Claero, we need to see to these wounds before we loot this place. I would not want you to die of sepsis after a glorious battle.
Okay, thank you.
You'll start tending to his wounds.
Still got a bulk sticking out of my stomach as well.
Yeah, I need to
thought
deal
I'd
with
point
you.
that out.
You all noticed there's just this fountain of leaves.
What's going
and
on
this
over there?
flaming, This flaming fence which
Yeah.
really catch
Just on the fire.
Yeah.
Those
It's very
leaves,
dry.
they're not anywhere near the flames, are
We
they?
should go and set up our own
Fountain
camp.
of
Leaves.
burning leaves.
Where's Jingo? All of this was for him.
Let's
Yeah.
raid this place and leave. Set up our own
Come
camp.
So you're trying to pick the lock?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a lockpick. And
Go
I'll
ahead,
get double
see.
my proficiency as well.
Yeah, use your lockpick
tools. What would you like? A
Dex.
sleight of hand or just a dex? It's a strong 6.
I
at
would
the
try that
moment.
again in a minute if I was you.
Yeah, I'll do it later at camp.
So you don't think you can pick this lock?
Oh, I don't think I can. I have to smash it open, guys.
Mm.
Can a monk fist smash it?
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as somebody pulls
That's
his
my
arrow
way,
out
by the
of
way,
his
of
stomach.
stopping multiple rolls on the same
Right,
That's a
thing
good
over
thing.
and over
You're
again.
going to keep rolling.
Yeah.
But you don't listen to the DM, and you
Yeah.
try again.
You try over and over again for hours.
I can perform a cantrip of acid splash against the mechanism to do a D6 maximum D6 damage to a material, so I can attempt to melt the lock.
Go ahead.
I'll attempt to melt a lock. Let me just look at acid
Oh look,
splash
this
a
box is
moment.
filled with melting objects. How strange.
Who would keep this?
It's only
Who
the
would keep
lock.
this? This box is just filled with acid.
So I hurl a bubble of acid. I'm not hurling no bubbles of acid. I am
The
decanting from my bottle a little pipette
Oh.
dropper over specific areas. The lock and the mechanism, hopefully. And yes, you can choose a creature within range. Ignore that one. Where is it? I'm sure it says the objects.
Open all boxes. That's the spell.
One,
you
two,
want.
Two creatures. It's only doing- Where did I read
It has
this?
to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
I read somewhere that it
It's a
just
quick
that
box.
it just
So slippy.
Such a dexterous box.
You can cast more than one cantrip.
yeah.
You're not under any immediate time pressure.
Yeah.
So over a period of
The evening.
time, you can corrode that box enough
Brilliant.
that you can get into it. It just might take you a little bit of time.
At camp tonight.
Before we all burn
We'll be
to
done.
death.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of you might not have a clue what he's doing. This is all
alchemy. You know, it's something that many of you aren't familiar with.
In which case, we should probably set up camp.
Yeah, Nollis is going to start raiding.
Ah, yes.
Like abstract raiding.
Okay.
Like just kicking over
Rooting
tents.
around.
Rooting around.
Plundering.
General plundering.
Okay.
You try to heal people, that's not happened.
Yeah.
The lust for plunder's just taken over him.
Mm.
So, what do you want me to roll for general
Rummage,
plundering?
rummage,
I mean, you can
rummage.
generally plunder. That's not a problem.
Cool, he's going to be generally plundering for
Kicking over
items of
barrels.
worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's in the big boxes, right?
Yeah, he's looking for items of worth. Like
There's
he's
mutterings going on, things being flung.
throwing things around.
So probably before
Nope.
before Xolen opens or corrodes that box, within the larger tent, there's only 2 tents in here. You go in that tent at some stage during your plunder. Within the larger
That's why
tent,
the
there are some.
negotiations went so badly. There was 2 tents.
Hey.
Bravo.
People can unsubscribe you.
Do we still have that emote?
Yeah, no, not at the moment.
Ah.
Emojis will be returning soon.
The facepalm does work.
Just as soon as.
Does it?
I think
Oh,
if-
because they're still subscribed
if
to the
you
old
were
channel.
if you subscribe to Star Rolling, you get face palm.
So before you find that, you find another larger box, which
Okay.
looks like a chest of sorts in the other room.
Ooh,
Can I
chest
plunder
of
it?
sorts.
He's going to plunder it.
Just open it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as
Filled
you
with teeth.
Teeth, bees, and booby traps.
so you open
It's the
it.
lost art.
This one is not locked. This one is not locked. Within it, you find 20 barbed crossbow bolts. The same kind that you realise are in your
I was just gonna
one
say,
of which is in your
Now
stomach.
you've got 21.
Slightly, that one snapped off a little bit.
Do they
They're
provide?
barbed and they are a +1 crossbow
Right.
bolt.
Sweet.
I carry a crossbow. Does anybody carry a crossbow? Who?
He's going to be adding it to his plundering sack and continuing.
Yeah.
A sack he has purely for this purpose.
Sure. Yeah. So you're
It's got
plundering
plunder
generally.
written there.
Yeah.
And you're particularly. Are you basically investigating?
Yeah, I'm just going
Yeah.
to grab as much stuff as humanly possible, and then I'm going to bring the haul back, and we're
Yeah.
going to pick over it like goblins.
Yeah. Are you investigating anything particular, or is it just
General
kicking stuff
plunder.
over? Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a general plunder. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that box is the only thing that you discover.
Yeah. Okay.
You corrode your box eventually, and within it, you have to be very careful because it's still very acidic.
Very, very hurty.
My box.
As you look inside, you find one beautiful blue jasper jewel, which I'll tell you the worth, but you would still need to write it down because you'd still need to sell it somewhere. You
Find
can't
some
just
Yeah.
use it as the monetary amount.
I'm going to give this
it-
to you.
You would estimate, you would know this as through your alchemy experience. You know a lot of stones and
know
different
them all.
geological.
No,
You know all the
items.
stones.
You would estimate that
Easy.
you could get 50 gold pieces. for
Johnny.
We've compressed the charcoal to the stone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Additionally, there are 2 tiger eyes in there, which is another type of stone,
Yeah.
which are kind of a brownish colour with gold centres. They look a bit like a tiger
I
eye.
will turn to the party and
Yeah.
put them in my eyes just. And I'll throw one to Nollis and even Malken.
You
He's,
know
he's in pain.
They're
Yeah.
toxic, right?
Well, I hope not.
These were worth 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces. I'm going to throw them to you too. You can-
He's like,
Yeah,
out of the
right.
sack.
Yeah, kill
I'll
them
buy
in
that
the
off
sack.
you for 10 gold pieces.
That is everything that you find in the box.
Wait, I haven't
Lovely.
got 10 gold.
Cool.
Worth it.
That was good, yeah.
And there was a big crate.
I think a platinum piece is 10 gold.
The large crate in the middle.
Yeah, we're plundering that.
Yeah, so as you kind of crowbar it or kick it open.
Yeah, kicking it open.
Inside it seems
General
entirely hollow. It looks like it's been
Oh,
there's a
boo.
pseudo step up it. It looks like they've used it as an outpost or a
as a platform.
As a
Okay,
platform. Yeah.
Cool.
There's also all the kegs and barrels to the side.
Plundered.
You've already kind of
Mead.
looked for any symbols because you're wondering whether they were the bandits.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like these particularly contained gambles. It doesn't have
Okay.
that smell. It doesn't have any of the markings.
Is there any alcohol or...
There's some general food stocks here, so you're looking at some dried grains.
Yeah. During the plundering, he's just been eating stuff.
Yeah.
Generally, the bloodlust has come over him. He's just start kicking things over, eating this and that,
It
grabbing
doesn't,
whatever he can.
it doesn't look like a wealthy area other than the treasures you found.
Yeah.
Cool.
This
Okay.
looks like a pretty makeshift ramshackle camp.
Oh, I need to
Benefits.
plunder the bodies as well. Are they carrying any gold
Can
or
I check
weapons?
Lester?
Go ahead. Yeah, you can check Lester.
Okay.
So on Lester, within his leathers now, pretty
Quite
much.
tight.
It's pretty much.
The leather's
He's-
destroyed
He's
themselves.
virtually laminated. In this black leather melted
Laminated
to his skin.
Leicester.
He doesn't have any obvious pockets or anything.
Yeah.
All the weaponry that these people were carrying were scimitars, which are of questionable quality and probably not a lot of worth. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of importance.
Some murdered a load of poor people.
Yeah, well.
I tried to stop this one.
You did.
I tried.
Xolen, they had Jingo.
Yes.
The battle was glorious.
Leave last.
I think we established 24 hours, but
Where is Jingo?
Well,
Thoronir.
still giggling. And I'm just going to part them
Okay.
so you can see.
Of course, so Claero will walk up to Jingo,
Really?
kneel down next to him, and just be like, "You're finally safe."
Can I come out of the leaves?
Yes, you can come out of the leaves now.
Thank you.
Your sister sent us to find you.
Did she?
Yes.
From Weirdwit?
Yes. It's the only place that's safe for you now.
Melly.
You all wizards?
Some of us. Malken, he kills things
I'm
with
not
his
wizard.
fists.
I'm not wizard.
And Xolen, he uses science.
I'm no wizard, yeah.
You're blue.
This is true, yes.
It's funny how many people say that.
You're short.
I'm a halfling.
There are
You're
weirdness
not a
systems.
halfling. What are you?
I'm a gnome.
A gnome?
A gnome. You ever met a gnome before?
No, never heard of one.
Never heard of one? What?
Or poke.
Are you a type of halfling?
No. We're a
Thank you
gnome.
for saving me. How did you know I was here?
To be honest, we stumbled
Kind
upon
of
you.
luck.
Yes. We knew you were heading in this direction when we were in Callus. A message was sent to you. But you didn't make
I
it
gave
to...
up on him a long time ago.
You didn't make it to Broga. Caught on the road by these bandits?
Yeah. Something like that.
Sorry? Something like that.
Well, they told me they were going to help me. They didn't help me.
They were not good people. Do you judge us for murdering them?
No. Thank you for saving me. What do you know? What are you doing?
We're going to help you.
Bit weird, Thoronir. What we're going to do is we're going to take this axe that was thrown at you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to put it in your hand,
Hammer.
and you're going to
No, it was an
become
axe.
Was
a
it?
hero, just for a short time, while we head west, and then you're going to go on to Weirdwit.
And I'll have my axe back. When you leave.
You can
There's,
have one of these scimitars.
We are taking the halfling with us.
Of course, we have to protect him. Make sure he gets to. Weirdwit.
We should
Are you-
deposit him somewhere safe. He is not a warrior.
You need to get to Weirdwit.
No, you need to get to Weirdwit.
A lot of people are after you.
That is true.
This doesn't come as a great shock.
And you've seen what happens to people who are after us.
I was looking for some help.
Help for what in particular?
People are going to catch her. I forget her name. The orc.
Okay.
What's she called? Go Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Go Elizabeth?
And they're going to Weirdwit.
Yeah.
From where? From Callus.
Callus.
We need to head there.
We gotta go
And I
there.
think it's my fault.
Why?
What did you do, Jingo?
What did you do, Jingo?
Is anyone shaking him yet?
Yeah.
Nice. I looked. Oh my. Are you powerful?
He is. The rest of us,
Give or take.
Yeah.
near enough.
They're
I
sending.
did the leaves.
They're sending the Callus army to Weirdwit.
What have you done?
How did they know where Weirdwit was? You told them?
They say it's a half orc. who killed the Brock.
The Brock?
The Brock are the creatures in the barn.
Okay.
Why did Gore Elizabeth kill the Brock?
I don't think she did.
No,
Did you?
no we
I
didn't
don't-
kill
we
them.
didn't kill any of them.
There's a girl named Garrus who I was kind of, kind of seeing, and I got at her. Just took her up Baal.
Sorry?
It is a family show, but keep going.
Continue on.
To grab them? Where?
Took her up to Baal,
Baal? Where's Baal?
the bluff.
Above the, overlooking the city,
Yeah,
right?
because there's the clouds up there, and she didn't believe me when I told her you could fly, and
Wait, what?
you can.
We also don't believe you. Continue
I
on.
took her to show her, and we were captured by some. Well, we were found by the men that live up there, the mountain men or the whatever they are, and they said they were going to kill us, and they told you that. They said if I took this fruit to feed the Brock, then they'd spare us.
These mountain men, are they elves or humans?
No, they're big humans, like strong. And they,
Some other kind of creature, perhaps.
they're human, but they're big, tough,
Okay.
like
Barbarian.
strong.
But they're in leagues with Callus.
No, they
No.
wanted to.
They wanted to kill the creature by feeding it some food.
But they didn't tell me that I was going to kill it.
But that's what they wanted to do, presumably.
I fed it these fruit, and they took Garrus as insurance, and
So they've still got her.
yeah.
What does this have to do with God Elizabeth?
Well, they found something in the animal when it died.
Gore Elizabeth?
Just let the man speak!
In the Brock. When they cut it open, it had nails in its body, and they found a finger. A green finger.
Could have been a gardener.
Could have been porridge.
It could have
They-
been porridge.
The only work anyone knows of is Gore Elizabeth, and someone pointed out to Weirdwit.
How did they know where Weirdwit is? The place is supposed to be hidden.
I don't know.
We have been throwing letters around willy-nilly.
How long ago was this? How long ago did they leave for Weirdwit?
I don't know if they've left yet, but I was trying to get some help. The only other place I knew of was Broga. I thought I might be able to get
So
some
we
help.
could get there first.
I need to get back up the mountain and get Garrus, and I need to stop.
You're gonna go up and fight a legion of large men
Well, they said to
to
find
win
her.
the love of your life after just sacrificing a revolution to death. This is your plan.
They
This
said-
man is not a warrior.
They said in 10 days to come back and they'd have her.
Come back with what? What do they want from you?
I've done what they wanted.
Right.
I know you've done what they wanted. Now they have no reason to spare your love.
Or
You
you
have
You'll
to
be
save
lucky if you survive.
Garrus, and I have to save Melly as well, and give me to Captain Vilnos, hand me in, and save Melly for me, and save Garrus if you just get somebody to help, please.
Well, we're not exactly good friends with Captain Vilnos, so that's probably out of the question.
He knows. I know they think. Well, I think you're in league with them.
With the mountain men.
Well, they found you in the barn apparently.
This is true.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
Someone tried to ride one, did they not?
2 people tried to run.
I get the feeling that we're being set up in more ways than one throughout all of this.
It doesn't matter. We have people to save.
That doesn't make any difference, does it? So
We
what do we
need to
do?
warn Weirdwit as soon as
We have
possible.
to go to
We've got to
Weirdwit.
get to Weirdwit, haven't
We
we?
can
You
go-
still
we-
have your leaf? The one that points towards Weirdwood?
Leaves
Yes.
all over this place.
Thoronir, you know what I mean. The silver leaf.
Yes. Well, yeah, I assume I do. It's in my back. I left it in my backpack, so yes.
We could travel as the crow flies, but
Yeah.
it would be easier if we had transport.
Look, you need to get to Weirdwood.
Well,
And
you are not going to go and hand yourself in.
No, and
That's-
you're not going to fight any mountain
And
man.
you're not going to go. If you go out to those mountain men, that they've got no reason to keep you alive. They've got no reason to keep your girlfriend alive.
We're going to have to take you with us, Jingo.
You're going to have to come with us to Weirdwit, and then we'll figure out, once we've sorted that situation out, we'll figure out what to do about your friend.
More importantly, Jingo, you've created a situation, and you're going to have to suck it up, and you're going to have to do what we've done, and you're going to have to become a fighter. You have to stand up for yourself.
I'll believe it when I see it.
There's armor here, there are weapons.
I have to save my sister and my
We
girlfriend.
Can, we can
and,
take you to your sister.
and then give me in, because I deserve it.
Let's just drag him along.
Yeah.
You
fine.
could become a Weirdwit. Your girlfriend. We'll come back for your girlfriend in the next
Yeah.
20 days, but
We'll
Weirdwit
come
is
back-
the
we'll
priority.
come back
20
to
days
your
will be too
girlfriend.
late.
In 10 days.
Yeah.
Weirdwit is the priority here. If Weirdwit falls, that's the end of the game.
There are children there, there are innocents, and it's the
We
centre
can't-
of everything
We
we're
can't
doing.
allow.
Right now, you, as far as you know, your actions have caused the death of no mortal beings.
But you won't be able to fight the Callous army.
No,
No,
but
no,
we
no,
need to
no, but
warn
we-
the people
they're-
that they are coming.
Yeah.
We've given it a good shot before.
And we have allies there.
And Weirdwit is
Powerful
defensible.
allies.
It is a bottleneck.
Yeah.
You
It's
ever
on-
seen Badua? Oh,
Yeah. We
Not
have.
too
We
sure,
have
yeah.
powerful allies in Weirdwit. I'm
I've got
willing
four
to
arms,
believe
so-
that with them by our sides, we can hold off pretty much anything that Callus can throw at us. So
However,
we've got to get there first.
it may be worth knowing whether the Callous army is left or not at all.
We haven't got time to go there and then to Weirdwit. We've got to
Mm.
get to Weird. We've got to go
We've got to beat them
direct
there.
route.
Okay.
If we beat them there, we have a chance. If we
Yeah.
don't,
What does it matter if we know whether they've left or not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, head them off. What do you think, Xolen?
if we get there and the place is sacked, then we know. And
Yeah.
we know that Jingo is a murderer by default.
We've got to go, yeah. Jingo has to come. We can't
I
leave.
am a
Let Jingo.
murderer.
No, Jingo.
Not yet.
Stand up for yourself. Pick up a blade. Like you can take this back. You can change this.
You're gonna take this back by encouraging this child to fight.
Nollis, you respect warriors. Warriors.
I
are
respect warriors. He's not a warrior.
Then
He's
turn
a
him
scared
into what?
child.
They're not born. Warriors are not born warriors. You can
I
make
was a born
warrior.
warrior. I was touched by a god.
Well, perhaps he's touched by a very short god.
I'm going to touch him. not
There's your
not
very
Claero,
short
but the
god.
Jingo. I'm going to touch Jingo at that point.
Right.
Very awkward smile.
Yeah,
You're
come on.
coming. You're coming with us. We are going to Weirdwit.
Thank you. Thank you.
What we really need is some transport.
And we also need to pull those arrows out of you.
That would help. Mm-hmm.
Um,
And him.
Can we dig some armor out for Jingo, please, Mr. Dungeon Master?
Does
And-
anyone have any armor?
There's nobody's wearing
They're
it.
not wearing armor.
What the bandits haven't got
There's
armor.
one shrink-wrapped individual.
Can we at least give them one of the scimitars?
That leather must have hardened in the heat.
Yeah, it's like a briquette.
Kill- yeah.
Briquette with arms and legs sticking out.
Could you
of it.
fashion some armor?
I can't, I'm afraid, no. I cannot.
We could have made a brilliant set.
Yeah.
There
Would
you
have been
go.
fabulous,
What a
wouldn't it?
tiny mech suit that would be.
Picking up home on the way.
This
No,
isn't
Holm won't leave the forest.
we need to
No.
get there.
If it's any help, I'm a shearer
a shearer?
Of sheep?
of Brock.
Oh.
Yeah, you're completely correct. That is of no help to us.
Yeah.
Unless we can ride
Why would
one.
you kill one of these animals?
I didn't know I was going to kill it. I would never kill them.
Basically, this man is guilty of feeding a fruit to an animal. I mean,
What colour was the fruit? Was it silver by any chance? No. Okay.
Full of fingers.
Yeah.
Pointing
Nails.
fingers.
Yeah.
Guess
A finger of fruit is just enough.
I think we got to go.
In which
We
case
can
we,
walk and talk, can't
we
we?
should rest so that we're good for the journey and
What
we
not
just
to
go.
go.
What time is it?
It's reasonably early in the day still.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
quite
it could
lunchtime.
be-
perhaps I could bandage your wounds and we could travel enough to rest.
If I can, perfect.
Yeah, we can't long rest. I can also
So you-
perform
so
a
you-
band-aid.
Well, we
Somebody
could get going. We're going to have to rest at some point along the journey anyway,
Yeah.
so let's get going. And we'll rest when we need to rest.
Should we short rest now?
I'd rather rest now.
Should we,
So.
should we just short rest it?
These wounds are going to fester, as Nollis says.
Okay.
Nollis is going to start wound treating.
I'm going to short rest first.
So you're all having a short rest, and then you're heading off towards Weird Wit after that.
Yeah. Can you actually do anything with wounds during a rest, or do I have to just roll some hit dice?
You'd roll it, dice.
Cool.
And at that stage,
See what you get first.
we are going to conclude the first episode.
Roll a hit die.
Die rolling on
I'm
Geek
ready.
Dad. I'm ready to go, Jack. I'm ready to go.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Come
you to my
again.
players.
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
very much, Josh, Rich,
Oh,
Carl,
that's
Ollie,
good.
and Stu.
Thank you, Geek Dad.
Thank you very
Yes.
much to Geek
Thank
Dad
you.
for
Thank
deciding
you, Dad.
to collaborate with us
Yeah.
and begin this rather exciting journey.
Wow.
So check out geekdad.com.
And Geek Mum. What's the other
And Geek
ones?
Mum, that's another
Geek
channel.
Family.
Yeah,
Geek
all
Dad,
part
Geek
of the
Mum.
Geek Family Network.
Yeah.
So we will be broadcasting on this channel now each time, which is twitch.tv/Geek Family Network. And we will also be uploading the replay of this video and all the future videos to the Geek Dad YouTube channel, which will be available on the posts on geekdad.com.
What about the past videos, if anybody wanted to?
That's there has been a prologue story before
Yeah.
all of this. They do exist. For anyone that really wants to watch any of the prologue that was before this, they can be found on our Die Rollings YouTube channel. But everything future will be Geek Dad from now on.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, everybody. And at this point, we will say farewell. And for the second time this evening, we will play the video, which is the Die Rolling video, and we will say farewell till next time. Until next time, we have
Goodbye.
been
Thank you very much.
Geek Dad presents Die Rolling.
Hello, boys. Pink lemonade?
More